Momo with the new name.
I see that.
Welcome. We got Caitlin in the chat. What's up, Caitlin? Mia.
Can they hear us right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Hi, Mia. And Momo. Ooh, and that goes Keith.
Keith. Oh, man. Ben, do you see what he said about you on his Instagram post today?
Keith? No, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Blockhead.
Blockhead, thank you.
He said that he posted something and he said if this post gets 100 likes that you said he could be on the show.
What? No.
Yeah.
He's lying.
He's lying? Wow.
He's lying.
Momo says, tonight we find out if death is wet. Oh, it is.
I think so.
Hello, Fenrir the bug. Hello.
Tom's here. Hello, Tom.
Tom.
Hello, Erica.
Roscoe.
Matt. Hello, Matt. Lava Wave. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Look at those Alf emojis.
Oh, God, I want that elf so bad. Billy Yum Yum.
Hi, Billy.
I love that name. How do we get Alf emotes?
I don't know.
Robot Don.
We should make some. Hey, Don.
Well, I want to make one at least for Discord. Oh, thank you for the follow. Why is there so many Jerrys?
Yeah, that was a lot.
Maybe in like 5 years we can do the emotes, or if we have like 5 extra, we can make a big old Alf.
Yeah. You mean a tiny one?
No, I said what I said. Look at those pink crystals. That's weird. That's new. I wonder why that's there.
Heck's here. Hello, Heck.
Cherry Cat.
Fifi.
Drummer Har.
What's he doing here?
Who's that guy?
How do you know about this?
I know, Cherry. Where have you been?
He's literally eating spaghetti right now.
Of course he is. Of course he is. Welcome back, Jerry. I hope you had a good time.
So if you just hear it, can you hear it?
A little bit. You need like a jacket mic, just specifically for the jacket.
Oh.
Thank you, Terry. Can coochie.
Hello and welcome to episode. Oh shit, we didn't.
Ah, man.
43.
Sure.
Welcome to episode 43 of Control Alt Death. I'm
43.
Yep. That's right.
I'm Ben Monster.
I'm Gabriel Chisano.
That's Caitlin. That's Sophie from the IsItWet podcast. Welcome.
Hi, guys.
Welcome. Hello.
Thank you
Hello.
for joining us.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us. Look at this set. This set is goopy as hell. I
It's
love
drippy.
Yep.
Oh,
It's usually pretty dry outside, but I knew you guys were coming.
Oh.
Blockhead. Good Lord.
Blockhead, thank you for that.
Beautiful, beautiful man. I did a rain chant. I just wanted it to be a little damp outside.
And then
So,
boom,
yeah.
rain.
Yeah. And the couch is
But the
always
bats are okay,
is always a little he's always a little goopy.
That's goopy. It's damp and it smells.
Yeah, sorry about the couch. We tried to steam clean it, but you know.
Don't do that. Don't take a steamer for that goop. You let that goop fester and dump
yeah.
around.
You let it just seep into the cushions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely seeping.
And
Seeped.
yeah. And it somehow made the phone number
Yeah, that was lucky, right?
on the couch.
Just happened to form our phone number. That was pretty cool. That was lucky.
So Caitlin, Sophie, please introduce yourselves. Tell us about you and your lovely podcast for those who in the chat who don't know who you are and what you do.
Yeah. So I'm Sophie,
Hi.
And I'm Caitlin.
Hi.
and together we are the Is It Wet podcast. We are a comedy and / movie podcast where each week we watch a movie or some kind of goopy media and we analyze it to ask the question, is it wet?
Yes,
Is it?
and I think this started because I started asking people if they ever noticed, like, especially within a certain time period, like the 90s and early 2000s, if they saw
Money
money
worms.
worms.
Money worms.
Beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful boy.
Yeah.
Beautiful boy.
Aw, hi, money worms. Yeah, and I was asking people if they noticed that, like, movies made especially during that time period, like, aren't they like really shiny and wet and goopy and slimy and like it gives you a very good girl reaction. And Sophie was really interested in this line of questioning that I kept having.
I believe you just said, you know how movies are just kind of wet sometimes? And I was like, go on.
So Sophie was like, I think we should make this a podcast.
Yeah.
And we sort of had to like convince ourselves to, I imagine the way that we run this podcast is like, I think of it as Sophie and I are like little.
Sorry about that. Billy
Jerry.
Yum Yum, thank you for this sub. We
Jerry,
love
get
you.
the fuck out of here, man. Jesus.
Jerry, come on.
God, such an asshole.
This isn't, is it Jerry? Is it
Oh,
Jerry?
Jerry.
Jerry, get the
Please.
fuck. Seriously, we have guests. God, I'm sorry. He's such
Willie, thank you for the cheer.
Willie Beamish.
Willie Beamish.
But
Thank
yeah, I feel like we're just like two little hamsters, just like running around, and we don't really know what we're doing, but we're kind of fun and cute.
And at the same time, this is a very serious academic theory
Of
that we
course.
are laying out in this podcast, that wet movies are a criteria in film theory.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
well,
is most easily described. It's, I think, a lens through which to
A lens, yeah.
a very damp, moist lens. Well, I started listening to, or when Ben told me about your show, the first question I asked, of course, is, so like Waterworld. I know that's like what everyone
Right.
says, right? And I was like, is that a wet movie? And you're like, Ben was like, yes, but that's not exactly what they mean. And I was like, what do you mean? And then
Right.
I started listening to it and I was like, oh, okay. And now every movie I'm like, oh, that's super fucking wet. That's super fucking
Right.
wet.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, you know, like,
I've been telling a lot of people about your podcast, and that's the go-to. The water world thing is oh yeah, well that's all about water, so it's wet. And then I'm like, no, and God damn it, Jerry.
Jerry. Thank you, Roscoe.
Thank you, Roscoe.
Hey, Cheeky.
What, like, it's so hard for me to describe what like wet means, and like I always have a hard time doing it, and then like I feel bad. It was like, no, you really need to listen to the podcast.
Right.
They do a better job than me describing what wet is, what a wet movie or what wet media is. And I go, well, then I start listing some of the movies that you've talked about, and I was like, well, The Matrix, and they're like, oh, okay, I think I understand. And then I'll list some more, and they go, oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm listening. So
Yeah,
it's
I think
it's
how,
more like, yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, I
Keep going.
think it's like anything that is really interesting to talk about, where it's not easily and concisely like grasped, or it's not like it's not super easy to explain, but it's really interesting to explore and talk about. And I've found that it's something that everyone can engage with, that even if people don't really know
sure.
what you're talking about at first, once you kind of get into it and talk about some of the movies, people really want to engage with it. And it's just a way to talk about things, and we're still grappling with this concept as well.
Yeah.
You know,
You see a
like
little-
any good academic theory.
Yeah. You see a little like spark in someone's eye when they start, because at first it's the same question, like, what do you mean by wet? Water worlds, why are like, this is my child's preschool. Please stop talking to me about this. But then once they kind of get it, they want to engage with it, and then they'll start coming up with their own examples and being like, hey, is this what? Do you think this is what? Do you think that is what? Yeah.
So far, you've done all movies. Are you guys going to branch out to like TV shows and things?
Yes, we desperately want to. I have kind of a concept in my back pocket that I really want to do an episode about. And it's like not even really a TV show. It's like a network of things. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, I definitely want to. And so something that I'm really excited about with our Patreon that we're launching is that we're gonna have listeners engage with us on the topics, and we're gonna sort of have like a voting system and a suggestion system, and because I think we are doing a lot of work for the podcast, and then at the when it comes time to pick something, we just go to like our running list of movies that we've come up with. So
it's pretty much what we do, Ben.
Yeah.
Very similar.
So you mentioned Patreon.
Yes.
Can we roll that beautiful bean footage?
Let's roll
trailer.
Let's roll it. You guys sent us I believe it's the world premiere
of your international premiere.
Wow, it's Ben.
That's what world.
This is pretty crazy. This is a first for us.
Wow.
So I'm gonna make this full screen so we can enjoy it, and we'll be back in a minute. Here we go.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Welcome to Is It Wet, the Patreon page. I'm Sophie.
I'm Caitlin.
And much like YOLO capitalist and misunderstood billionaire John Hammond, we are here today to offer you an important and life-changing economic proposition. A chance to become our patron and support all of our squelchy content here at Is It Wet, the podcast. You are like Laura Dern in a pair of khakis, or Sam Neill just wearing the hell out of a cowboy hat.
And also much like little itty bitty tiny little baby velociraptors just poking their little wet goopy beaks through a crack in an egg, we are inviting you to support our podcast here on Patreon.
The video so far does make it sound like we have a Jurassic Park podcast.
It does. Yeah, you're right. While it's not about Jurassic Park, it is a wet comedy and movie podcast that delves into the squelchy, drippy, sweaty, goopy, sticky moments in pop culture to ask the titular question, is it wet?
And when we ask, is it wet? The wetness that we're talking about is like Jeff Goldblum spitting up on a donut in The Fly.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Trinity just sucking out a slimy electric bug out of Neo's belly button hole.
We're talking about Rowan Atkinson's face being peeled off of him, and then Scrappy Doo emerging from his chest cavity and announcing,
"Puppy power! I've outsmarted
I'm still not okay with this, but we move on.
Sophie has yet to recover from Scrappy Doo. Wet movies and wet media are a phenomenon that we are obsessed with. If you can't tell. Each week, we dissect a movie or piece of media that we think fits our criteria, our ongoing, ever-changing, ever-growing criteria of being wet.
Love bringing you our thoughts, our hot takes, and more often than not, are just pure disgust.
You're in trouble. Oh boy.
And give our listeners more of that slimy, oozy content that they crave and that they bang on our doors every night at the same time at midnight demanding.
Yeah. And it's flattering. We're like, oh my God, like we really are having so much fun making this. We're so glad you like it. Please come back like tomorrow morning or like email us or text us.
Yeah.
Business hours. Because you know, this podcast is a labor of love. It truly, truly is. We love making it, but it is a lot of work.
I love this podcast so much. It has been such a wonderful thing to do during quarantine, and we've appreciated everyone's response, but it definitely has taken years off of my life. I talk about wet movies so often. My wife has left me. My children won't respond to any of my texts. French military came and escorted me, and I've been in Chateau d'If for the last 10 years, and I've just been trying to tunnel my way out. So if anyone in Marseille can come pick me up, that would be great. Again, it's Chateau d'If, France.
Yeah, you got... Some people go to different ones and they're like, where are you?
At the Chateau d'If in Burbank, where are you?
In all seriousness, we would love to continue doing this podcast until either the end of time or until the engineers come back from Prometheus to destroy us, whichever happens first. And your support can help us do that.
If you subscribe to Tier 1, you are our Floops Fooglies tier. Floops Fooglies are our army of loyal minions, and you can access our episodes early, you can vote on future movies and media we pick, and on other fun content we do for the podcast, and access monthly bonus minisodes.
And if you're subscribed to Tier 2, you will officially have dived into the plasma pool and become a Brundle fan. You'll get access to all the same bonuses as Tier 1, including early access to episodes, voting on future movies we pick, and monthly bonus minisodes. And we will give you a shout out on the pod. Write a fun song about you. Also, at the time of your choosing, you can hunt us for sport through a festering bog.
That's 100% right. We are offering most dangerous game privileges to our Brundle fans. That means time of your choosing, a bog of your choosing, you can hunt us down through that squelchy bog. We have been actively training for it. I've been putting mud on my treadmill.
I've been training in hand-to-hand combat on Dagobah. We're gonna make this an exciting and fun challenge for you.
I really can't wait for you to murder us in a bog. No matter what, we know times are tough. whether or not you subscribe, we'll continue doing the podcast for free, and we hope you all are surviving, thriving, and we love you all.
We love you so much, and we can't wait for all kinds of more fun, squelchy, wet content that you will help us create.
Very, very exciting stuff.
Bog murder.
Yeah, I'm
Bog murder.
pretty excited to hunt you both. That's gonna be pretty cool.
Why not just make it fun? Just 2020 most dangerous game, you know?
Yeah. So, any rules that can I use a bow and arrow? Can I use? What is there anything I want? Anything goes.
Anything goes. No
long as it's in a
rules.
bog.
Fuck yeah.
It has to be in a bog.
Right.
Not a swamp. Not a not a muddy parking lot.
It's gotta be a
Yeah.
bog.
Not quicksand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the level of
Mm.
turgidness has to be.
It's got to meet a certain requirement. Terry
Yeah,
says blade sword only, so I think he's gonna try and use a blade sword on you guys. So
That would be such an honor. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. To be killed by blade sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dream come
all right,
true.
I blasted the Patreon in the chat. Everyone go check it out.
Yes.
Here is links to the iTunes and the Spotify, and it's also everywhere else, right? Any podcast service that exists in the world, hopefully.
Boom. Listen
And
to
as far as
it,
I
guys.
know, we are the only podcast called Is It Wet? So
There you go. Google that shit.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool.
Google. So I'm a super fan of the podcast. I listen to it on my lunch break, every time a new episode comes out. I am super excited about this Patreon, and I know a lot of people out there. I just read Tom, aka Bag of Rocks, said new fan of your podcast, so he's totally going and checking it out. Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank
maybe
you.
he can make some wet food.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
wet food and eat it, Tom.
Yeah, Tom will do it.
Tough.
He'll do it.
Tom eats food on our other show.
Yeah.
Makes disgusting food and then eats it. He made a bean pizza.
And maybe put him in the hospital. We don't know.
Yeah,
We'll never know.
hopefully
Can't
not.
rule it out.
We'll never know. So
Yeah.
everyone go subscribe to the Patreon. Go subscribe to the podcast. Leave them a review.
Yeah,
Leave them 5 stars. Tell them
yeah.
that this is wet. This is a wet podcast, and thank you for making such a cool podcast. And
So I have a question about the show. So far, what is the wettest piece of media that you've reviewed? Is it The Matrix?
I'm gonna guess. Can I guess? I'm gonna say
it's The Fly.
Fly.
Yeah, it's got to be The Fly.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
correct.
Ooh, yeah, it is. It's that movie is pretty gross and goopy and gross and wet
And amazing.
and
Being
amazing.
gross and amazing and explores really cool themes in a weird as hell way. And I love movies that explore cool themes in a really wet, weird way. And Repo the Genetic Opera that ticks all of those boxes, right?
It's philosophically wet. It
Yeah.
explores what it means to be alive in a goopy, gross body, and it's got to have those two levels to it.
And I recently caught up on it. I was a couple weeks behind, and I listened to the Snowpiercer episode and the one where we do the 2 movies, Polar Express and Snowpiercer. So good.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. The fact that those 2 are 100% in the same universe and one's a prequel to the other is fucking great. It is so good.
I don't know how more people aren't talking about it.
Yeah, it is weird. You hear the other one, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one, but you've never heard the Polar Express one. So that's my new favorite one. That's my new favorite
Yeah,
one.
like they say that Snowpiercer is like a spiritual sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Well, it's an actual
It's a
sequel.
literal sequel.
Yeah.
Not subtextual.
Yeah.
It is.
Not-
It is the text.
So
Yeah.
in Snowpiercer, who did Tom Hanks play? I don't remember. Which character was it? All of them? Was he Chris Evans too? I think he was, right?
Motion capture got a lot better in 2013, so
Right.
they were able to make a fully Chris Evans, Tom Hanks.
Yeah, but it was him behind all the dots on his face. That was all him. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Getting these movie facts, folks.
Would you ever do a motion capture movie, Gabe?
Maybe
Did you motion capture a movie?
Maybe I'm doing it right now.
Really?
What?
Nah. This is me. This is all me. Yeah. Well, see here. Okay, here's the thing. I don't want to wear like fucking spandex. You know, I'm not built for spandex. Ben, I think you could wear spandex.
Yeah, maybe like a onesie.
Look at that. See, I can't rock spandex. I'm not that cool. Now the dots on my face, sure.
So you do like the facial stuff. You would just have the dots on your face, and then you do.
I'll do facials all day.
Okay.
Everyone, just give me the facial and I'll do it. That's fine.
Have you guys ever explored wet video games before? I know you mentioned. I believe you mentioned BioShock in a recent episode.
Yes.
That's a goopy game.
That would be a good like mini-sode topic. Yeah, we're gonna do for the Patreon supporters. We're gonna do some monthly or more often, whatever. I don't want to over commit.
Right.
But definitely some like mini-sodes. And
I think we've said monthly. I think that's what we promised people, Caitlin.
Yeah. But we just did our first one on like wet New Year's resolutions.
Oh, that's great.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
I'm currently playing a game called Prey, and I believe it's by the same, maybe a few of the same people that worked on BioShock. It's got a similar vibe to it.
Definitely.
It is goopy. It is a goopy game. There are these little creatures called mimics that like can mimic like stationary objects like coffee mugs and things like that, and they'll jump out at you, but like, and their true form is just like this black goopy spider-like creature.
It's like an oil spider.
Nice.
You guys should totally check that out if you're gonna explore the video game realm of wetness in video games.
Yeah.
It's goopy.
Ben, we played a little bit of Dying Light recently, the zombie game. And in that game, you can cut open a zombie and smear it all over yourself just to like mingle and hide. That's pretty wet. I don't know if that's probably the only thing you can do that's wet, but hey, it's something, you know?
Throb.com says, remember Clay Fighters? I do remember Clay Fighters on Super Nintendo.
I don't.
They had a fight. It was like Mortal Kombat, but like clay animated. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, wow.
You know, that does sound a little familiar.
Yeah. And there was I believe there was a creature called the Blob.
Oh.
Yes, Sophie, don't look that up.
Sorry,
Sophie can't handle stop motion, like claymation animation.
No,
and it's weird because I love that. I crave it. I crave like weird disfigured little creatures that are rubbery. But yeah.
Because of that criminal penguin in Wallace and Gromit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he just can't do it anymore.
He betrayed Sophie's trust.
He betrayed my trust. He was so cute. Sorry. But yes, we'll check out those games for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Those sound awesome.
Gabe, do you want to get into news before we get into, or do you want to get into what we've been watching and stuff?
Let's do what we've been watching. First, though, we have another world premiere, Ben. 2-in-1 show.
What?
2 world premiere. So
I'm excited.
In the Discord, and I think a little bit on the gram, as the young people say.
I thought they call it the Insta.
What if you combine it and
Instagram?
Call it Instagram. Fifi, Mia, and Erica have apparently recorded some type of horror short. Okay. And I've been told that we will be showing it next week on this show.
Okay.
When it's done being edited. Fifi is still
excited.
editing it. But today I'm just getting the news ticker. You hear it? You get that?
No.
You don't hear it. Here, let me give you my headphones. Can you... Beep, 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 beep.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah, when she's not forcing, we're very excited. We've received a poster for this movie, and this will be the debut of the poster and the title.
I'm excited.
Are you ready? 'Cause I've seen it, and man, it is amazing. Here we go.
I'm excited. What?
Them raccoons are thick as fuck.
What is going on? That's Erica covered in blood.
It is.
What's this? Is this a bone?
Is that? Those are. It looks like legs.
Oh my goodness!
They're thick bones.
Thick bones.
I'm scared.
And
This is scary.
It says brought to you by Big Dick Energy Productions. So
this is starring Fifi, Erica, and Mia.
Yes, they all worked on it. I don't know who is starring, who's doing what. I don't know any of that info. All I know is the thing that they made together that exists. So
I'm very excited.
Next
for this.
week, right here at this time,
another world premiere short film. I believe cool.
Fifi said it's going to be #1 on our list, Ben.
Oh wait, our ranking list?
I mean, I don't think we made an agreement that we can't rank anything that we, friends and family and whatever has worked on.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe it just goes at #1,
Maybe like a 1A.
An
like
asterisk.
off to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that's a very exciting little thing that's happening, or a huge thing. Right. Not little. It's huge.
It's huge. It's huge news. World premiere.
That'll be
as big as Alf.
Thank you, Caitlin. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for agreeing.
We need to tell Sophie about Alf and you and Alf.
Yeah, I need to fix the alerts, so I'm gonna let you take that one, Ben, for me.
Okay. Well, so me and Gabe were playing a video game together not too long ago, and shit, I don't know how it was brought up. Damn it. Oh, no. We watched a movie called Waxwork.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a little person in this movie, and we looked them up on IMDb, and it said they played Alf when they needed like a full shot of Alf, like Alf running out of the room or whatever. And Gabe was very confused by this. Because in Gabe's reality, Alf is 7 foot tall, 7 feet. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? And he goes, yeah, Alf is really big. I was like, no, Alf is small. Alf is a small.
Play Harvey.
Alf is a small creature from Melmac that eats cats. And
some of that information, some of what you just said is true.
So we figured out that Gabe is from Earth 2, where Alf is really large.
Of course, yeah.
And
now, is that the only difference between Earth 1 and Earth 2, or do you not know?
I'm so happy you asked, Kaylin. So the other thing that we've discussed was, I feel like we talk about this on every show we do. It's just the new thing we do. So all of you have heard this before.
Alf talk.
That's okay. So the place in the mall where you can buy a cinnamon roll. What is that place called?
Cinnabon.
What? How? Can you say it again?
Is it not?
It is. Just
Cinnabon.
Cinnabon.
Whoa!
Finally.
Sophie, you're from Earth 2.
You're from Earth 2. Finally. I'm the only... I don't even remember how this one started. Fifi says I just had a stroke. Ben, I think we were streaming... Or no, were we streaming this?
Yeah,
we were streaming games, playing games, and Ben said Cinnabon, because it is spelled Cinnabon. But I said...
Oh, yes.
But I say everyone calls it Cinnabon because that just makes more sense.
Of course, yeah.
And Ben was like, no, you're wrong. And everyone else said I was wrong. And no one else says Cinnabon. So I admitted defeat. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm still from Earth 2. And finally, you come here and you say exactly the right thing.
That's why this must be, because that's like what it should be, because it's a cinnamon bun. And I've only heard Cinnabon.
Oh my goodness, Sophie.
Okay, well, see, like
you're my new co-host. Thank you for joining me.
I agree. It should be called Cinnabon, but it is.
But what we're saying is that people just call it Cinnabon, not Cinnabon.
Well, two people.
I agree. It's spelled.
That's
Cinnabon.
everyone. It's everyone.
Sounds very French the way
Cinnabon.
you're saying.
I'm gonna go get the Cinnabon. You know, what are we? What are we? The machine? No, it's Cinnabon. Cinnabon.
La Cinnabon.
The Cinnabon.
What's the other one we have?
Very bon.
Oh, it's if Sophie's queuing up.
Oh.
Well, it's Sophie she's not from Long Island, so she's gonna say, or not from New York. Oh no, that one's not a New York thing.
If you're standing this is a separate one. This is not related to Alf or Cinnabon. Just making that clear.
Right.
If you're in
try to keep those concepts separate.
This is the third one. This is a big one.
Okay, all right, okay.
So you're in a grocery store and you're about to check out with all your food, and you're standing. There's a queue of people. There's a line, and like someone texts you like, "Hey, where are you? What are you doing?" You're gonna say, "I'm standing blank line."
In line.
Oh my gosh. That is the correct answer. Ben loves to say on because he's a dingus.
I say on, but I also say in. So it's not like it's an either or kind of situation.
I just feel like I've only ever heard you say I'm standing online. And then there was a whole conversation of, well, if you're from Long Island, right? It's fucking Long Island. You say, I'm standing, I live on Long Island. And I say, well, do I live on California? No, that doesn't make any sense.
No, you don't say that. But exactly. when you say Long Island, you say on, I'm on Long Island.
Yep. See,
I don't know what it is. I also call the ground the floor outside. But,
yep. That one's you too. Yep.
You both, because Keelan is also from an alternative universe where the belly button is just a hole that goes into your body. Is that true? Is that true? What's the deal with your belly buttons?
It is a shallow hole, but it's more
like a ditch
into your body.
It's a ditch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a ditch.
Because you're like, guts would be coming out.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way that it's all tied up, though, it keeps the guts from coming out.
But then it's not a hole, right? Because a hole needs to have an entrance and an exit, correct?
Yeah.
It does. It's just like really hard to. It's not like.
So
but you thought it was like a pinprick, right? Like a tiny little.
But I also believe, imagine like a tube, okay? But then it's like deflated and like smushed together. So it's like you'd have to like stretch everything out to like get the perfect entrance.
Blockhead says it's a bog. I don't think there's any other perfect explanation.
Really similar.
It's a bog.
That it's a bog.
Fifi's saying, so are you saying you can untie your belly button?
I think so, yeah.
So with enough force, it'll just like a shoelace, just kind of like.
Yeah, you don't want to do it because then you're probably not going to be having a good time, but you can do it, I think.
Throb says a hole doesn't need an exit.
It's our final episode of the podcast.
We're both going to do it.
That's the fourth tier up is if you just open up your belly buttons.
Yes, you get to watch.
Ben, do you have a belly button? You don't, right?
I don't. No.
That sucks. You want one?
No.
Okay.
I was hatched from an egg.
New lore?
Oh, that's cute.
Didn't know that.
I just made it up.
You did. Okay. Cool. Okay. Did anyone watch anything exciting this week, or bad, or fun?
today I watched the first episode of The Handmaid's Tale. I haven't checked that out, and I
too.
watched it, and whoa.
No. I haven't checked it out, is what I meant.
Oh, what a great show.
Yeah.
At least the first episode was great. I'm excited. I know I'm really late to the game on this, but whoa, cool.
That's pretty cool.
Margaret Atwood.
I just want to go back to the belly button conversation for just a second. Throb.com says my grandma has no belly button. It's pretty cool.
Maybe she was hatched from an egg.
Oh shit! You guys are related.
What?
She's your grandma too.
Awesome. Hi, Grandma.
Yeah.
Also, Throb.com says a tunnel is a hole if you don't know about the exit, and I think that's where we connect, and that's kind of how
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That one makes my brain hurt a little bit, but I'm into it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in my wedding vows. That's amazing. Yeah.
The old hole conversation. I didn't watch. Yes.
Matt just said I rewatched No Country for Old Men, The Warriors, and The Big Lebowski.
Wow,
that's a lot of movies.
That's a great weekend.
I do love all those movies.
Those are all solid choices.
6.
There it is.
Whoa.
Can someone try? Can someone try Jason for me? Exclamation Jason. Because he was broken earlier, and we had to heal him up a little bit, and he should be back stronger than ever now.
Wow.
Damn it! What the fuck?
It's not working. Everyone's trying it.
Okay. Man, Don and we settle this shit up. God.
So what? So Gabe, did you watch anything?
Yes, I watched the Heaven's Gate documentary that you recommended a couple weeks ago.
Good.
Holy shit! What a goddamn story that is.
Mm-hmm.
What a story.
I love stuff.
It was so. I knew a little bit. Like I knew the year of when they all killed themselves. Right. Spoilers.
Yeah.
For the documentary. But I didn't know that it started in the 70s. I didn't know that there was oh boy. I didn't know there was he started it with a second person. His partner. I forget how she was.
He was
T?
Doe and he was Red. Or no.
Doe T.
Doe and T. Yeah, Doe and T.
Crazy story. And what was really scary is the dude who went the two guys who went undercover to research them. Super cool. They met on a mountain called Mount Diablo, and I've lived within 5 minutes of Mount Diablo my whole life, and that was weird to see. That just to hear that name and hear my area and these fucking psychos went up there for a creepy meeting. That was kind of cool.
Creepy.
So yeah, that's the only thing I watched, and it was amazing. Everyone should watch it.
Yeah. Caitlin, did you watch anything recently?
Oh yeah, pretty recently the only thing I watched was Crushed the only 2 seasons for some reason on Netflix. There's 2 random seasons of Teen Mom 2.
Ooh.
Watched all of those.
Nice. All of them.
Yup. All
Hell
of the episodes. But it's not, they're from 10 years ago. So I like watching them because I'm like, holy, what were any of us thinking when we walked outside?
Yeah.
Just the makeup and the outfits. And I was like, I am glad that it's just not 10 years ago. I don't know. It's weird now.
Drummer says, can confirm a lot of Teen Mom 2 was watched.
I watched a lot of those Teen Moms.
Teen Moms. How about you, Sophie? Did you watch anything? Any Teen Mom 2?
Yeah. No Teen Moms. I've been trying to watch less vampire content because I talk about it a lot on the podcast. So I've been getting into Phantom content. So anything with the word Phantom in it.
Nice.
So I watched Phantom of the Opera, and then I watched Julie and the Phantoms, which is a teen tween show on Netflix, where the premise is that these 3 teen child rock stars die in 1994, and this is like a Disney Channel-ish like show. They die of poisoned hot dogs right before they got big, and then they haunt a girl in 2020, and they like give her confidence to start to pursue music. And it is wild. I'm really excited to watch the rest. And yeah, but it's really tragic. These 3 children died, but the show just treats it with much levity. That, yeah.
What is this show called again?
It's called Julie and the Phantoms. It's on Netflix.
Julie and the Phantoms.
Matt is recommending, and I second this, The Phantom with Billy Zane.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's like
Speaking of spandex.
Speaking of spandex, he's purple.
He is. Yeah,
that was like a really, really early like superhero movie, right? Like,
yeah,
that was like, the Phantom is a really old school like comic.
What was?
Character.
Oh, wait, hold on, Sophie. You have to do the Phantom Menace.
Oh, I'm definitely going to do the Phantom Menace.
You don't.
Then I'm going to do Phantom Thread.
Nah.
They're all there. They're all there. Yeah. Okay. But I'll consider the Phantom for sure.
What was that? Wasn't there a movie with what's Phantoms?
Phantoms.
What is that movie? Isn't that a Ben Affleck movie or something? What am I thinking of?
I don't know.
I mean, I want to get you all the Phantom movies. Phantoms. No. Oh yeah, it is. It is with fucking no.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. One of his earlier movies. So there you go. There's another one. Dean Koontz.
That's my weekend. I'm excited.
Hell yeah.
What made you choose Phantoms over other like werewolves or something?
I think as like many things, maybe as a bit, but also just an intense fascination with why a movie would choose to call something phantom over a ghost, and if there's a quality about the ghosts in these movies that make them more phantom-like. The Phantom of the Opera, not clear at all. But yeah, I think I'm just interested in the distinction because it seems to be in a lot of the titles of a lot of movies.
After Phantoms, what are you going to move on to next?
Oh man! After the Phantom and Phantoms and Phantom Menace and Phantom Thread, I don't know. Hopefully they'll make some more Phantom movies too.
Yeah. What if they made a movie called The Phantom Vampire? Whoa! How cool would that be, guys?
Yeah, that
ghost vampire. We kind of have one of those around here.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting a call. Here we go. Hello, welcome to ControlAltDeath.
Hello, this is Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
I saw in the comments that you wanted people to call in and talk about horror movies.
Yes.
I was wondering if any of you have seen Suspiria.
You know, I actually haven't.
Suspiria.
I haven't. That's one of the classic horror movies that I've never seen. I also didn't see the remake. Have either of you seen that? No.
Oh,
no.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Is that your favorite?
Is that your favorite?
No, it's not really my favorite, but I wanted to talk about it.
Well,
but I like other movies too.
Yeah, what's good about it? What is it? Should we watch the original? Should we watch the remake? Both?
I think you should watch both. I think that the original has really retro vibes and the color scheme is really cool.
Right.
And the remake has a much more fleshed out story, if that makes sense.
Totally. Oh,
yeah.
Dave in the chat is saying the new one is great.
The new one is great. Yeah.
Would you consider this movie wet?
I don't know if there's rain in the first one.
There's rain.
And there's
There's a possibility.
Yeah.
But we would need more data to really.
Yeah. Any goop or slime?
I think.
Or sludgy,
have any of you seen what's it called? I think it's called 1 minute. I need to look up the American name of it.
Okay.
Because Ben in Dave Korea's favorite show, The History of Horror with Eli Roth, they talk about this movie. I think quite a bit. And the film is I'm gonna use the word drenched in color. So that's kind of
Whoa.
wet.
Is it the dancing?
Oh.
Like
Yes,
ballet?
ballet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I recently watched that episode where they talk about this movie.
Right.
This is an Italian.
Mm-hmm.
The original was
Oh.
an Italian movie.
Oh no, it was an Italian movie, but it was by
an Italian director.
yeah. What's that guy's name? Dave. What's that guy's name?
Dario Argento.
There it is. That guy.
There we go.
That's who made Suspiria, and also the movie I was thinking of, Creepers, or Phenomena, which is about a girl who can talk to bugs, which is kind of wet, I think.
That sounds cool.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh. What happened?
What?
What?
No,
What?
I'm really
This is in Caitlin's wheelhouse.
Oh,
right
okay.
Here.
The bug
I
one?
really like people who can talk to bugs.
All right.
And bugs. So
Let's hear about
What?
let's hear about the bug movie. Caitlin's super into it.
Oh, yeah, so it's actually the first movie I think that, what's her name is in, like a popular actress,
What is
Jennifer
this?
Connelly.
Mila Jovovich.
No.
But it's about this girl who like goes to like the Swiss mountains and realizes that she can talk to bugs. So when she's bullied, she like sicks like flies and stuff on the people who bully her. It's like really interesting.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I'm looking up.
Oh,
looking up
that's
some
cool.
posters and stuff.
Can't
that
imagine getting
It's like-
bullied in the Alps. That's sad.
Would this be considered a horror movie?
It is, I think, because I think
Oh.
Dario Argento just makes horror
Yeah,
movies,
Ben.
right?
We got to add this to our list. This looks awesome.
It's really good, yeah.
Good.
I would recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Which one is this one?
Phenomena.
Oh,
Phenomena.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that word.
okay.
Phenomenema.
Or
Phenomena.
Creepers, as it's known as in American.
Creepers.
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 Yeah.
We will add to this to the list.
Yeah.
This sounds good.
Yeah, thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, I'm
This
glad I
looks awesome.
could add to that. So I hope you guys have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Lisa, thank you so much for
you.
calling. Have a great
Yeah,
night.
you rock. Bye.
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 Thank you for the rec about the bug talking to bugs.
Bug movie. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Bug movie. We watched some bug movies before.
We did.
We watched Ants on a Plane, which was absolutely horrible.
Yep.
And-
Currently ranked 1,000.
1,000 on our list. And then we watched Slugs, which was pretty good. I like Slugs.
We have a slug up there on the shelf.
Yeah, right
I
above
like
you, Kaylin, there's a slug.
It's right there. Little slug. Don't get too close though. He bites fingers.
Yeah. he does.
I feel like there was something else too. Any other or any other bug movies? Mosquito Man.
Oh, Mosquito Man.
Mosquito Man.
That was a wet movie.
That was a wet movie for sure.
Yeah.
That was a gross movie. Also not great.
Is it like The Fly?
Okay, imagine like taking everything amazing about The Fly and like, you know what? Let's do something similar but with a mosquito. And then you don't write a good script and you don't get good actors and you don't have a budget and a bad director and everything is bad. So yes,
Okay.
similar
Yeah, I
to The
can
Fly.
see where that wouldn't yield great results.
No. It was enjoyable though. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, Blockhead says the next movie he's watching is Slugs.
Oh.
I feel like he's gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think he'll like
Yeah.
Slugs. I think he'll
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Slugs.
All right, you want to get into some news?
Yeah, let's go into the news.
Can you hit me
Sorry.
with the news song?
Sure. Here is the news. Welcome to the news of the show. Here it is.
That was terrible.
I'm sorry.
I knew this was going to be in it. I saw this and I was like,
It's number one.
Gabe's gonna poop his little britches. when
My
he sees
britches have been pooped, and they're definitely not gonna get pooped again during the show. Definitely no more pooping today for me.
You're gonna poop.
So the new season of Dexter has tapped. I always like when they say taps. Such a cool word, you know. You could say hired or whatever. Taps. Clancy Brown as the next villain. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. Hey, Maris.
Hey, Maris.
Welcome. And this is really the whole thing, but it's very exciting. This dude is awesome. He's a great actor. He's been in a million different things.
What have I seen him in? What's his name?
Clancy Brown.
That's his name in real life?
Yeah,
Of course
that's
it
his name, Clancy Brown.
Nice.
Hey, Andrew, what's up? Andrew,
Oh yeah, he's Mr. Krabs. Hey, Andrew.
Mhm.
He's Mr. Krabs from
okay.
SpongeBob.
Okay, that's what I know.
Okay.
Starship Troopers too. Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was
That
in-
is
he was
that is a
in-
wet movie. Starship Troopers. Holy
I've always
cannoli, that
wanted to
is
see
wet.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna quickly go through this guy's IMDb because he's been in there. I know he was in Lost, right?
Oh,
That's
where I saw
where I
him.
know. Yep.
All right, we got Rick and
Big
Morty.
Damon Lindelof. We're a
He's
huge
in-
inspiration for Damon Lindelof.
I love Damon Lindelof.
I love him.
He was in
Yeah.
Mandalorian. I didn't know that. Oh, I did know that. He was one of the prisoner
maybe that's where I
guys.
saw him recently.
He was one of the prisoners with when they go on the ship with Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of stuff. He's awesome. I think he'll make a great big bad for Dexter. So that's exciting.
I think he's the guy who throws the knife at that guy's hand in Starship Troopers.
Oh, does he?
He was like some recruits like, why do we have to learn how to throw knives? And he goes, and he picks up the knife and he throws it at this dude's hand. And he goes, if the enemy can't use their hands, then whatever. Something
Nailed
like
it.
that.
Are you Clancy Brown? You fucking nailed
I
that.
am. Whatever.
You
Yeah, whatever.
gotta watch this movie.
Oh,
I'm gonna do this movie.
Oh, Terry says it was Gary Busey's son.
Say no more.
Terry's saying that the
Oh,
knife was
yeah.
thrown at Gary Busey's son,
Yes,
Jake Busey,
Jake Busey.
Oh.
Jake Busey.
which I didn't know it was his son. I thought it was his brother.
What?
I mean, like, you told me like 6 months ago that I was his son. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
On my Earth 2, he's also his son. That wasn't one of those. I'm just
Oh.
saying,
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to skip this one because it's boring. This one is more of a PSA. Courage the Cowardly Dog is all seasons are now on HBO Max.
Oh wow.
So that's just wanted to let everyone know because that's really exciting. And as always, we've gotten yet another screenshot from Glenn Danzig's new vampire
Oh,
spaghetti
shit.
western, and it's a vampire, and it looks amazing.
Sophie, have
Now-
you seen a Veronica by the famous Glenn Danzig?
I have not. No, there's
What?
a lot of classic
Don't-
things that I have not
Oh
seen.
no,
This is not classic at all. This is
is not
absolutely horrible
This
and
is
new
terrible.
and gross and stupid.
Sounds incredible.
I'm
Yeah.
still trying to figure out who Danzig is. He's like a guy, right?
He's a guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the lead singer of the Misfits, and then he went off on his own and did his own thing, and then he's famous on the internet for a photo of him carrying cat litter.
I think we have that photo in the
He was
house, right, Ben?
Do we?
Do we?
Is it in the?
I think it's in the other room. You want to go look?
Oh yeah, let me go look.
There it is.
There it is. See, it's up there. Excuse me while I take my blood bath.
Ben, we're streaming. You can't be naked. This is TOS.
Oh, sorry.
You got to get down. You got to get down. There it is.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's Danzig.
So-
Yeah. And this is not a news one, but because you guys are here, I don't know if you've seen this. This is about a month old. Someone did a deep fake and put Mahershala Ali on Wesley Snipes' blade. And I saw this and I was like, we gotta watch this. So we're not gonna do sound because I don't want to get any dings, but it's fucking awesome.
Let me get out of the way for this. Whoa!
Look how cool this looks. You know what? Screw it. Oh no, we're not gonna do that. It looks so good.
I can't wait.
Like I wish they would just do this with the whole movie. I'd rewatch them all.
Could be exactly the same.
Like it looks scary good.
That's
gonna
really
be
cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna put that. There's like another minute or so, but Yeah,
Can
really
we
cool
can
video.
we ask them to do that to my face?
Yeah,
I want to be on different. I want to be in different movies.
Ben, I can hook you up. I can really
I was gonna
shittily
say,
put you
I
on.
think there's an app that does that.
Can you put me as Clancy Brown's character in Starship Troopers, and I could say that famous line where he says about the knife?
Yeah, do you want me to be Gary Busey's brother?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, that'll be a special video for next week. Speaking of special videos, we have a surprise, a new drop for the audience, Ben.
What?
Last Friday, we debuted a new that was last Friday, right? RDS? Yeah. Time is,
Yeah.
Oh, Terry. Oh, he found it.
Secret drop, Terry. Secret drop. Just
Terry, you have your own drop now. That's not it. That's not what we're talking about, but that is a new one just for you. And there is a cooldown, so don't spam that shit. So on Friday's show, we debuted. We debuted because we didn't create him or anything. He's a guest. He was a guest. We had a guest on.
Riddle Stillskin,
RDS for life. And to celebrate, we got our good friend Danny Trejo to kind of help Riddle Stillskin out.
Right.
But what people
Blockhead has that drop.
Blockhead, why don't you drop that shit in here? It should work.
Yeah. Hopefully,
it should
crossed.
work. Terry's worked. Exclamation Riddle.
Yeah.
And we said that.
Riddle Stillskin.
There he is. There's that beautiful boy. So, Danny is a good friend of the show, of us. So we just asked him to do that. We didn't pay him $140. And there was a second piece of that video that we are giving to everyone in the chat. So, exclamation dingus. Exclamation dingus. And we're going to wait and we're going to see what's going to happen. And it's going to be beautiful.
Don't be a dingus.
There it is.
Oh,
I love it.
Don't be a dingus.
Danny Trejo saying, "Don't be a dingus," and laughing.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing in the whole world. And I love it so much. So there you go, everybody. Y'all got your own dingus alert.
Merry Christmas.
We might as well just go into this part. Caitlin and Sophie, you guys have your own drops now too. Okay. Now they're the same drop, but they're named differently because OBS is kind of a butthole. So Caitlin, yours is exclamation wet, and Sophie, yours is exclamation goop, GOOP.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a second. It might need to reset.
Okay.
All right, try it now.
Try it again.
Yeah.
I can't send it.
Maybe there's a cooldown. Okay, try it in like 3 minutes. But yeah. So now, anytime any wetness, happens, drop that.
I'll goop it up.
Drop that goop. Drop that goop. Any other surprises we have, Ben? I think that's everything, right?
That's it for the world premieres tonight.
World premieres, but next week we got one more.
Oh yes, we do.
Okay. Now we can talk about Repo,
the movie,
the genetic opera. So this was directed by Darren Lynn Boozman, written by Darren Smith, Terrence Zdunich, and some other fucking people. And
so that Terrence Zdunich guy or whatever, he was the grave robber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, yes,
the sexy grave robber.
Yeah, he was a person in the movie for sure. Caitlin, I know this was one of your favorite, if not your favorite movie of all time. just take it away. What did you think of this movie?
Oh, I love this movie so much. I think it's just like a perfect movie. It's like chaotic and weird, and there's so much going on, and yet it all somehow works together. I love the aesthetic of the movie. I love how everything looks. I love how weird and campy and silly it is, and yeah, they're just like throwing around organs, and there's like comical noises that are happening. And and then there's the added layer of and I would love for you to talk about the moment that you realized that it is a full musical. So that's the other thing about it. It is a rock opera,
It
and
is.
I love a rock opera. I do.
It is like almost entirely a rock opera. I was expecting like 5 songs maybe, and it is every word is sung in this movie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
thank God it is, because if there was no singing, I would be very upset. So yeah, what about you, Sophie? What did you think?
Yeah, I last saw this movie when I was, I think, 18, which is perfect time to see it.
Definitely.
In a friend's basement. I love this movie. I don't know if it's my favorite movie. Just it is so chaotic. It's one of the movies that I describe as replicating. I've gotten many concussions in my life, and this movie is a good example of what it's like to have a concussion in a good way.
Huh.
Sort of just the cacophony, the sounds, everything else going on. But I not always a huge musical fan, but I love that it's a musical. I would describe this as like if Andrew Lloyd Webber was raised by juggalos, this is the musical he would write.
That's
And I
perfect.
love that. And once I thought of that, once that image came to me, I was like, okay, I can accept the world of this movie.
Right.
So I love it now. Yeah, I love it more
That's-
than I did when I was 18.
That's amazing. It's an amazing
Yeah.
way to describe it. Ben, what about you?
I am still very confused by this movie. And it's we watched this on Saturday.
Yes.
I'm still confused by it.
Right.
I know I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I know that. I'm not sure. Like I was during the movie, I was like, where are we gonna rank this? I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know. I
still
don't
don't
know
know.
what I watched. I know it was I myself am not a big fan of musicals either.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
songs.
I realize that that's like a big barrier to entry for this, and it's weird because I think I do like musicals, but I also I like them a little ironically. Like I rock out to Jesus Christ Superstar frequently, and not because it's like it's such a weird fucking. That's also Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's so fucking weird, and you know Judas is the hero, and it's really interesting. But yeah, I think I don't know. I like there to be like a cacophony of noises inside my head at
Yeah.
all times, so that I'm not alone with my thoughts.
Right.
And
I'm the same
and
way.
musicals, they do that.
So I didn't see this when it came out. So I'm a huge fan of obviously horror, but also Saw. And the director, this guy did Saw 2, Saw 3, I think Saw 4. So I was, I really wanted to. It looked cool, but I really dislike any type of musical, like period. So I don't like them at all. So when you suggested this, I'm like, okay, cool. This will be fun to watch, at least because it's like it's good. I know it's going to be silly and weird and out there and all that. And it started, and I was like, okay, this is pretty much exactly what I expected it to be. And then it went so fucking hard in its own weirdness that I'm like, this is incredible. Like this is the best movie ever fucking made. Like and it's so
Unapologetic
Yes.
about like what it's doing.
Yes.
It's like,
Commit.
hey,
it commits
this is what we're
100% to its
into.
own.
This is what we're doing. Join us on it, or fucking don't.
Yeah. And it they don't give a shit. Like they just all the characters, nothing makes sense. Everything is just so bonkers and out there. The world itself, we'll get into this, but everything looks wet. Everything is shiny. Oh, are we gonna get it? There it is. everything is that. Like it looks very like Sin City-ish, like the city.
Yes.
And I'm guessing that was a big that seemed like it would be on purpose. But even though like I'm guessing they used film bloom like filters to make everything glow, and I think they probably cranked it up in post too, but because like everything is just super glowy, which I usually really like, and in this I'm like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, guys, do it. And I think they did the same thing in Saw 2 and like flashbacks. It had that same like glowy look. And yeah, like the CGI is god awful, is so bad, but it works. It still works. Like I don't want to see that city. I don't want to see this world look good. Like the fact that it looks bad, I think really adds to it in some weird, bizarre way. So, yeah, the longer this movie went on, I was like, this is fucking awesome. And I think we said it in the chat. I was like, I don't want this movie to ever end. Like, I just want to watch this for like 5 hours because it is ridiculous and it's goofy and it was just a lot of fun. So, amazing choice. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, it was. You know what? If I wish I saw this on an off-Broadway performance, like I love that it's on film and you could watch it, but like this feels like this would be 1,000 times better if it was like a live stage show.
It would be so
and
fun. Yeah, and like, and there are stage shows that really lean heavy into like the fake blood stuff. So doing that, you know, where like if you go see the show, you have to wear a poncho or something. That would be so fun with this. And I think I was like blown away that this did not exist as a stage play first. Like I thought this was a movie adaptation of something, but it's not. This is how it exists. And
crazy.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I would love to see it on stage though. I'm sure lots of people would.
Yeah, like I couldn't really find a lot of information on like, I don't think it did super well in the box office, and it obviously didn't it didn't blow up. There's not a million of them. I know that we read that like this was supposed to be technically like the second part of the trilogy that they wanted to make. They wanted to do a sequel and a prequel that obviously never happened. So yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great, and I think everyone did a really good job in it. Like, I don't know who was. I think was everyone singing their own parts. Is that what you said, Caitlin? Everyone did their own parts.
Everyone did their own parts.
Crazy.
And it wasn't like, it wasn't like Les Mis where they sang it like actually on. But like, yeah, everyone was really singing their own parts.
That's awesome. Ben, when you said you wish you saw this, I thought you were going to say on a boat.
Like how I saw Tron Legacy. I saw Tron Legacy on a cruise ship, and I fell in love with that movie. But I think it was just because I saw it on a cruise ship.
Okay, now we gotta wait for Fifi to say her thing. Tron Legacy is so fucking good. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I like Tron Legacy.
You like? What about Avatar? You like Avatar?
Loved it. No, it was all right.
All right, let's get into this movie.
Okay.
So we open with a really cool comic booky introduction to this fucked up world.
They do this throughout the movie.
Yes.
There's these comic book scenes.
They do it to introduce characters,
backstories.
Yeah. Caitlin.
Yeah, and they sort of have this recurring language that they use every time they, which is something as Sophie and I are improvisers, and it's something that we certainly appreciate, that sort of rules of threes and going back to the same language to sort of signify
framing device. Yeah.
Caitlin, do you want to give us a brief intro to this world and what we're going to get into?
Yes. So this is a world in which this is a dystopia where things are so bad that people can't even afford their own health care. Imagine that world.
That could never happen.
So, and like so people get often, disease is rampant in this society. So people have illnesses and need organs replaced all the time. So they get new organs, they finance new organs. But then when it's time to pay, if they're not able to pay what's due on their organs, the repo man has to come and collect them, and does that in a really crazy way. He slices you open. And so the movie is sort of focalized through Alexa Vega's character. I forget her name. I can only remember her mom's name.
Shiloh,
that's right. And so Shiloh is a young woman who is 17, and she has been raised by her father. Her mother passed away during childbirth from a disease, and she has been sort of sheltered all her life and was told that she has the same blood disease that her mother died from. It's a blood disease. Okay.
blood disease.
A
Yep.
blood disease. Which one? The blood disease.
Right.
And
The only one that exists.
Yep.
yeah. So she lives a really sheltered life and looks outside her window and sort of wants more, and yeah, that's kind of the world.
And another part of the world is because people are getting their organs replaced so often, and this is the part of the movie that I can't fully follow. It's become a fashion craze to get surgeries to make your insides better, and they kind of say like get a sexier X-ray. So instead of like cosmetic surgery, people are doing like cosmetic insides
Internal surgeries.
Yeah. I think that has something to do with the message in it about like genetics and like perfecting your insides and your genetics, but I was like,
yeah,
everyone needs a good spleen, a good looking spleen.
Yeah, I know I could definitely. Heck has a great description of this movie. Is if Children of Men and Rocky Horror had a baby and abandoned it at Johnny Depp's house.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's perfect and really sad, and probably happened. So one of the first characters we meet, and he's kind of like, would you call him the narrator of this story, is the grave robber, the sexy goth man. Look at him. Look at that smile. And he kind of, we go through kind of a montage of, I can probably show that. That's probably fine. There's the Repo Man. And
okay, wait, before we go on.
Yes, you want me to pause on the Repo Man?
Yeah. Why isn't his costume red like I was promised by the poster?
I think people have asked that.
I wish
and
it was
I don't
red.
know that it's been answered.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Black is cool, sure.
I like the black.
I like the black costume.
Is it
but
blood on the poster?
I feel like, hold on, let me see if I can find an image. I feel like
it's going for that like communist look, like that like a propaganda poster kind of thing. And I don't know. I was just okay. Maybe he's gonna change into his red suit eventually, but no,
they definitely.
It was all black.
I'm wrong. They definitely made it look. They definitely made it look red. Like
Okay,
that's a red ass costume.
Very Sin City like.
Yeah. Yeah. But still cool. I like it. I love the lights. I feel like the lights in the helmet are really gonna hinder your vision. But looks fucking cool.
Yeah,
I would wear that to the grocery store to buy cucumbers, you know?
Yeah.
As you
yeah, I think in general I was thinking, and I'll go ahead and this is for the his outfit.
Yeah.
I was thinking, you know, I don't think that his whole outfit, because it's like head to toe like pleather or something or rubber. Plastic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know that that's the best thing to wear, like the easiest thing for him to be like moving around in to do his job.
Yeah.
But oh boy, am I glad that that's what he wore.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah, you think like it would, you would sneak up and like, Dexter them, like needle them, and they fall asleep, and you just like, and just take the one little thing and sew them up. Boop. But no, he's fucking Jason Voorhees. He's just slash, and he grabs it, which I feel like you're damaging the organs. Like you're not going to get use out of that again,
He also just like slams them on the desk. He like brings them back to Chico in like a disgusting thermos and just slams. They're in like a Ziploc bag, and he's like, "Here's your liver." But I don't have a business, so I can't criticize them for running how they run their business.
It definitely seems like he enjoys his job. I will say that much.
Right.
At least at this point.
It's a thankless job, but somebody's got to do it. I have this whole movie memorized.
All right, I'm taking the cooldowns on the wet because we're gonna need lots of wet drops. So you guys should be able to wet it up anytime you want. So now we get kind of a view of the city, and I want to show because just look at this look at this shithole. This is a shithole country right here. Look at it. It's wet. It's disgusting. It's dark. Is there any daytime scenes in this movie?
No, I think like it exists. The city is also never named. So I think it's like just a time out of place. Like I don't know where this exists, and I think that's on purpose. That like this could be anywhere, and it's gonna be. Or just like just
this could be your town. Yeah.
This could be like post the last Matrix movie where they'll have to live on the surface. And this is because it kind of reminded me of the overworld, the regular world from the Matrix, that kind of vision.
Right. Robot Don in the chat says kind of looks like Cyber City. Whoa, Don. That's crazy. Don, are you a repo robot?
Are you a repo bot?
Repo bot. Yeah, I think he does deal with human remains, but he doesn't like to talk about it, so we won't talk about it. All right, so now we meet this gentleman.
Oh, Rocky Largo.
Rati.
Favorite character.
Rati. Great name for a man.
Head of GeneCo.
And
we find out that he's sick.
Yeah.
He's going to die soon.
He's dead. Or he's dying.
Yeah, he's dying.
He will be dead. Played by Paul Sorvino, of course. Amazing Paul Sorvino. We meet his two lovely sons, Don Jr. and Eric over here.
Oh, they are the Trump children. Because Ivanka shows up in a second, too.
She sure does.
But, yeah, he's got these 3 pieces of shit kids that he doesn't know what to do with, and he's like, I gotta leave GeneCo to one of them. Ugh.
Yeah, the doctor comes in and gives him some bad news about
on
his
clear paper.
Yeah, the clear paper. Oh, let's talk about.
I love it.
Yeah, that's wet ass paper. Okay.
Yes. Now you see what I'm talking about.
And like, okay, you have one single piece of clear paper. Fine. But when you have 15 pieces of paper and you're looking down, it's all gonna get all jumbled. How is that supposed to work, Ben?
You need one of those overhead projectors.
Yeah. Fuck it. What are we? The sub is going to put in the fucking thing. It's ridiculous, but really cool. And like, I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's going to be in the future. It's not. Yeah. But that's like a bullshit. Like, this maybe will be a thing in the future, you know?
Yeah. I think they do it. Now, I know I shouldn't mention this movie because Caitlin's here, but they do a similar clear paper thing in The Fifth Element. I believe they do when he gets
That's correct. Yeah. The correct reaction.
Thank you, Mia.
when he gets fired from his job, I believe there's like a clear sheet of paper that comes out of a machine or something.
I think in the future everything's clear. Remember in Back to the Future, Doc's tie?
Oh yeah.
Clear.
His ties are clear.
Everything's gonna be clear.
In these movies, there's a theme of like, oh, it's so dumb in the future. Like, it's so dumb the way we do things. Like, these movies are sort of criticizing like the society in which we live. Mm-hmm. So I think it makes sense that in like The Fifth Element and in this movie, I think they're showing like it is so dumb that it's devolved into this. Right. So of course we'd have like plastic paper.
Right.
Right. It's like a iPhone dongle situation. Like, as we advance, we just unnecessarily complicate our lives more.
Definitely. I want to get a good shot of the Trump kids here. But we'll get to them later. They're only in it for a second.
One being played, I believe Luigi is played by Bill Moseley, who I am a big fan of. Bill Moseley, who it was Chop Top in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, was Otis, I think, in like all those Rob Zombie movies.
Otis Driftwood, I think.
Maybe.
Driftwood. And then Pavi is the other son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pavi.
Who has like a double face.
He wears a face.
You got it. Not the best Italian American representation.
No.
But I like that there's like a Godfather succession element to it on top of everything else going on in this movie.
Yeah, so that was
I love that there are. I didn't necessarily know these things about some of these actors, that they're like real horror movie people. I love that. I love that they're real. And I don't know, the other guy is, I think, named Ogre, and I don't know who that is, but it sounds like some kind of, like they're not like musical guys, you know?
Right.
So I love that they're in this movie doing a rock opera together, and also Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blockhead, when we were watching it, said that Ogre he was the front man of Skinny Puppy, I believe, the band. So that's this fuck. Look at this guy.
Scary.
Look at this guy. You think you would...
so hard to this part. Like, I love it.
So Andrew's asking, is this related to Repo Men with Jude Law and Forrest Whitaker? No, but that was inspired by this movie, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like
a serious, like a real movie version of this story.
Yeah, and like simplified.
Yeah.
Just like the idea of someone repossessing one's organs, I think, is the idea that they used.
Not as many musical numbers, unfortunately, but
yeah, and just why not?
Ugh.
I'm sure Jude Law has a wonderful singing voice. So
yeah, and then it's fine. This is Paris Hilton. She's here. We'll learn about her later a little bit, but he has 3 shitty kids. They all want to take over the company. They know he's dying, and he really hates all of them. So he doesn't know who to choose.
And
he's got a plan.
Like in a fairy tale, they each have a vice, and
yes.
One of them is his anger always gets the best of him, and then the other one is his vanity, because he's always changing his appearance surgically, and that's kind of also Paris Hilton's. She wants to be a singer.
She wants to be famous, right? That's her thing. Popular.
Yes.
And then we meet Shiloh, I believe. We see her going through these like weird catacomb type things in a gas mask. And
I got a question about this scene.
Yeah, hit it, Ben.
Was this a dream?
No.
Okay.
Was it? It wasn't, right?
I don't think it was, but I also think it could have been.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't think it matters. I think this is our this is more like world building and introducing us to the Repo Man and Zydrate and the narrator, and like I think it doesn't super matter.
Yeah. She is visiting her deceased mother, and she's wearing a gas mask because she can't breathe the air because of
She got a blood disease.
She's got the blood disease.
Right.
I hate how she dumps out her bag. God, that gives me anxiety. Like something's gonna roll away, you know?
You brought all of that there. Why not take care of it?
Yeah.
She does a lot of what I call Kristen Stewart in Twilight, like wrist hair acting. That kind of like.
At least for this, it kind of makes sense because she is wearing a wig, like in the story, right?
A wig. She is a teenage girl. It's not a bad choice. It's
a choice.
It's inspired. Yeah.
She does have a blood disease, though.
She can't help it.
That's true. I should be more sensitive to that.
I don't really get this bug that's fucking going on here. There's this weird bug.
Isn't it great though? Isn't it awesome?
It is very. You could say it's wet.
I will get one.
You could do it. You could do it at the same time now. Try it.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
2, 3.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got that goop, that wet goop.
And they pull the Zydrate stuff from the nostrils of dead people. decaying in a.
Booger.
I mean, that's the
Rubbery
wettest
dead.
concept I've ever.
That's disgusting.
It
Yeah.
looks like bright. It looks like bright electric blue Faygo that he's just like squeezing out of someone's rubbery corpse nostril.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty wet.
Thank you, Mia. It is disgusting. There we go. We got two disgustings. And yeah, so she goes out to try and catch this bug, and she hears the grave robber who is robbing a grave, of course. And then you hear over the PA something about grave robbing is illegal and you will be executed on sight, I believe.
Something like
Is
that.
the terminology they use. And she gets real scared because she's not supposed to be there. This is, I forget the song. This is the grave robber he's singing at this point. Mm-hmm. I believe, yeah. He's I want to show the thing going in the nose because that was pretty cool to get that.
Yeah.
What?
Jason, that was spooky.
Oh.
That was spooky.
Yeah, this song is called "Things You See in a Graveyard."
Yeah, look at that. He's screaming. He doesn't give a fuck.
Perfect timing.
Oh man.
I think he wants to get. He doesn't want her to follow him and like go down his path. So he wants the authorities to be called so they can take her home.
Now,
so that's why he like screams graves.
Okay, well, no, we'll get into it.
Screams graves.
Graves, because that's what I would scream if you're grave robbing.
He's singing a song, and
the song, guys.
We should all just scream our jobs. While we're doing them.
And it's my job to steal and rob. Graves.
Library.
It's my job to give out books.
My favorite part is he uses this dead body as a battering ram.
Oh yeah,
to escape, and they go in this weird little room, and it's just full of corpses. Probably some are naked, so I'm not going to show it too long, but full of corpses. Quite disturbing.
This is where he gets those boogies.
Yeah, but you can see the dead boobs, so I'm not going to show it. But imagine a needle going in the nose and just slurping it up. Where do we go from here? Let's see. Oh yeah, so eventually the Repo Man does come. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, he comes and they're about to kill her, and the Repo Man stops them from killing her. And then you get this weird like sound of Medicaid immediately, heartbeat this, heartbeat that, something. We don't really know what that is about yet, but
a blood disease.
It's a blood disease. And then she wakes up at
Letting
home.
her know that she has a blood disease.
Yeah. She wakes up.
Good alt cap, by the way.
Solid.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Definitely. Oh, Ben.
I'm calling. Oh, I know.
All right, guys. I think it's gonna disconnect me this time. I don't know. Let's see if this works.
Hi, Satan.
Hello, Ben.
How are you?
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, hey. Oh no, this way. Hey, Satan.
That's Caitlin and Sophie from the podcast. Is It Wet? Do you listen? Satan?
No, sex. Yeah.
Did you invent that?
What's that?
Did you invent sex?
No.
Too bad.
Unfortunately, I don't have the patent on that one. I do own Smite.
Oh, right.
You invented Smite, the Skype version.
Yeah. Anyone can use it. We don't have a site, unfortunately, so if you want to use Smite, you have to die. And I'll give it to you. You have to come to hell.
Satan, we're discussing the movie Repo, the Genetic Opera. Have you seen it?
Yes. Yes, I have seen Repo, the opera of genetics.
Did you like it?
Yes, totally.
Can you sing one of the songs for us?
Yeah. Repo, the genetic opera. We're gonna talk about genetics in this opera.
Okay, it's clear you haven't seen this movie.
What?
Yeah.
I love this movie. It's fucking great. For I am Satan, the Lord of Darkness. I've seen all movies.
Oh, really? All of them?
Who are these people?
That's Caitlin and Sophie. They're from the podcast IsItWet.
Started coming here like 2 weeks ago. So.
Ben, I don't like it. I don't like them. Make them leave.
That's not nice. Okay, see, you gotta go. I thank you for coming, but you can't talk to our guests like that. You're getting very close to me.
I'll check out your podcast, guys. Thanks for coming to the show.
Hey, Satan, real quick, do you know a little character named Crenshaw?
Crenshaw.
Yeah, I think he did like some work for you recently.
Crenshaw. Is he dead?
Sure.
It's tough to tell sometimes. Inside, certainly.
Yeah. Is he in hell?
He feels like it.
Hold on. You know, my wife, she handles intake. Let me see. Mama? Baby bear?
So he's married to Mama Celeste from Mama Celeste Pizza?
Don't you say her name. Don't say her name. I say her name.
I'm a big
Ben,
fan.
You didn't tell them the ground rules?
I didn't even know that was a rule.
Mama?
I'm sorry.
Mama, you know Crenshaw? You know that? You know Crenshaw? No. Wait. Oh, I don't know.
That doesn't sound. You're making that voice.
She doesn't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, person in the TV. She doesn't know this person.
Satan.
Yes.
Thank you. Jesus, you're getting so close to me.
I gotta go. Got a long day tomorrow.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. I know you didn't see this movie, but
I loved it. Right. So good. Repo.
Well, thank you again for dropping by.
Cool.
We'll talk to you later.
Cool. Same time next week.
I guess so. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Sorry, Mama. I'm coming.
Whoa, Gabe.
No, that was weird.
Don't be a dingus.
Man, I really want to talk to that guy.
No, you don't.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, I went back and watched the show last week, and I saw that I guess Smite is like takes up a lot of internet, something or other, a little bandwidth.
Kicks you off, and then
Huh. Cool.
You don't want to talk to him. He lies he says he watches all our movies, but he doesn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Lyrically, the song he sang wasn't far off than the real songs in this movie.
He sang a song. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he sang the theme song.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was. And no.
Cool.
I mean, yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that's pretty cool. We got Satan on the show. World first.
Oh yeah. World premiere.
World premiere. Number 3. Yeah. So now we meet Shiloh's father, who is Nathan. Right?
Yes.
Nathan Wallace. And he's a doctor. And they basically, what is this song about? This is basically like, she's trying to tell him what happened, and he's like, you took some medicine and you don't remember anything.
Yeah, just some good old gaslighting.
Yeah, good gaslighting here. I read a fun fact: the little medicine thingies were actually mints. He's putting little mints in her water.
Oh.
So that was cool.
That is shocking. If people's breath smelled good in this movie, that to me is a huge revelation that anyone smelled good.
Yeah. If anyone does, it's got to be Shiloh because she's never left this bubble.
Yeah, that's true.
Because of her, her blood disease.
Blockhead in the chat says Billy Corgan plays the daughter so well.
That's a good one. One part I didn't. What I didn't really like that does he force her to wear the wig when she's indoors, or does she just put it on? Because it seems like there's that hand motion. It seems like he was kind of like, hey, cover that shit up.
Yeah, make yourself decent, even though I'm making you sick.
Yeah. Oh, spoilers. Spoilers.
Oh yeah.
We do learn that his wife, her mother, has passed away many years ago. She had a blood disease, the one and only. It was passed down to her, to Shiloh, and he's trying to find a cure for it.
Yes.
And she's not. She's a kid. She's a teenager. She doesn't want to stay locked in a room. She wants to go outside. And this song, definitely not timely at all. Being locked inside, can't go out,
Right? That's why this movie slapped differently this time for me, too. I was like, oh, this feels a little different, this watch through. Yeah.
We get another comic booky part here, which is explaining Marnie, which was the mom and the doctor's wife, her death. And basically, he thought he found the cure, and he gave her the medicine, and then she died right then and there. And he felt real bad about it.
Yes.
As one would.
Mm-hmm.
We get
sort of blamed himself.
Yeah. And then we see him go down the stairs, and he goes in this really fucking cool secret room that's behind a fireplace. Ben, we got to get a secret room in this house.
Yes, we do.
Like, I don't know what we put in there. Maybe it's just full of corpses.
Oh, well, I don't know about that part.
Maybe it's full of corpses, but we need a secret room. Look how cool this is. I want one.
Yeah.
Also, is the fire a TV?
I think so.
There's a lot of
everything's a hologram.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I think we need a better I think we need a better way of closing the fireplace though. That seems like you run the risk of like slamming that on your fingers.
True.
When you want to close it. I think it needs like a button or a lever.
Oh, I love a good button.
I gotta fix something under the desk.
Hello, welcome to ControlAltDeath.
Hey, it's Blockhead.
Hey, Blockhead.
Hey, Blockhead.
How's it going?
It's going great. Hi, Caitlin, Sophie, Ben, Gabe. This is awesome seeing you all in one place. This is an amazing night.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blockhead. Blockhead watched the movie with us at the watch party on Saturday. I don't know if you noticed this, Gabe, but after the movie ended, I looked at Blockhead's screen in our call, and I knew something. I knew something of what Blockhead thinks about this movie.
Ooh, I don't think I noticed this.
I think Blockhead hated this movie so much. Am I right, Blockhead?
Yes, you are right.
Nailed it.
But here's the thing. Like, I found myself watching it, and I was drinking, which usually makes things a lot better. So I'm watching, and I'm like, why don't I like this movie? It's very gay. It's campy. It's glossy. It's you should be wonderful. And the reason is, I'll be cut to the chase. The reason is the music. I did not enjoy the music. Everyone performs great voices, but the music is not, it's just not great. If they had taken the time to write catchy songs or something, this could have been amazing.
So it was mainly the music. What about the story itself?
Great. Absolutely great concept. I loved it. But if it's a musical, so it's a rock opera, it goes the whole way through. And it was almost like they told the actors and actresses, they said, just sing whatever you want over the top of this bland industrial music. Whatever. It'll be fine. It's going to be great. And I know people like it. And I don't want to rain on everybody's parade, but I'm just saying I just did not enjoy it because of the music. It ruined it for me.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I will say I've been told I listen to like dumb things as music. Like that's like the one area of pop culture that it's like a huge blank space for me. I like don't know what to listen to. I don't even really know what I like. But the stuff that I listen to as music, I've played it for people and been like, this is what I listen to all the time. And they've said, Caitlin, we love you. And I'm glad that you like this, but you have to turn this off right now or we can't be friends.
We can't.
So, like, I'm not a good judge of like I listen to this soundtrack nonstop. And I'm also like, I have no idea what these words are that I'm saying because it's things like
Goth
it's
opera.
just it's like they don't really make sense.
Before we watched this movie, before we even discussed watching it, when was the last time you had listened to the soundtrack?
Before we discussed watching it, honestly, not that long ago, probably like 3 months ago.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man.
Well, Blockhead, any other thoughts on the movie or anything else you want to pimp out?
Nope. You four are amazing, and regardless of how I feel about this movie or any movie we watch, I'm so happy for all of you guys putting your creative endeavors out there into the world. It's absolutely amazing, and I feel so excited when a new episode of Is It Wet comes out, or I know that I can look forward to an episode of ControlAltDeath. So my judgment of the movies and it never has anything to do with the content that you guys are making. It's amazing. I love it.
Thanks, Blockhead.
Blockhead, I love you. Thank you so much, man.
And I will say, Blockhead, I'm so happy you're here now because I feel like you and I are always polar opposites on the movies. If I like it, you don't like it. If you love it, I hate it. And I'm so happy that you're here to balance me out because sometimes I like weird shit, and I want someone to tell me why it sucks. So I'm very happy you're here.
Yeah.
All
we do have some good ones in common though. We
That's
both
true.
love Black Christmas. So
Velocipaster. We both love Velocipaster.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
Blockhead, thanks again for calling. We love you. Take care.
And
you as well. Have a great night.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Love that Blockhead.
Love them.
So nice.
So we Nathan is singing. Oh boy. Robot Don from Cyber City. What?
What?
Hey,
How's it going, everyone?
What's up, Robot Don?
How's it going?
Hey, Robot Don.
I got a question for the wet crew. Can you talk to me about the level of dryness and how that works on the other side of the spectrum? Is there any movies that are straight up just Sahara level desert dry?
Yeah.
All right, later.
Weirdly, the movie Sahara is very wet. However, we do have a list of dry movies.
Ooh.
Some dry movies we would say are Love Actually.
Love Actually, yeah.
Any Christopher Nolan Batman movie, which is very strange because like Batman's very wet dude.
Really?
Most Marvel movies.
I was gonna say Captain America for me is like the pinnacle of the driest movie possible, and
Yes.
I like it.
It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not wet. Babe 2, Pig in the City is very dry.
Everyone knows that one's dry. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Whereas Babe 1 is very, very wet because it's about facing your own death. So
yeah, that is wet. Nolan Batman, at least the first one, I would have thought you would have said that's a wet movie.
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
That is a little bit wetter. Yeah. Maybe it's just The Dark Knight that's a dry movie.
Dark Knight, I would say, is dry.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises is just a piece of shit, so who cares about that movie? But Batman Begins, that one's a little wet. He's in the rain in that one scene. His suit's a little, he's moist in that suit for sure. That's that Gen 1 Batman suit. Those are never comfy.
If you got a guy called Scarecrow, that's wet. It's a wet thing.
Yeah.
Athena asked, "Did Don just hang up?"
He did.
Don.
He did.
Yeah, Don likes to get his answers off the air.
Oh, hold on. I think someone, Robot Don, misheard me. Then Dark Knight is incredible. The Dark Knight Rises fucking sucks. Is anyone
I get
going to
all
dispute
those
that?
Batman movies mixed up. They're all one
I was
movie to
gonna
me.
Dark
say,
Knight.
I don't know. But I think I remember something from the end of The Dark Knight Rises. I remember I saw it with one of my friends from high school, and he was like, I did the math for them flying away the bomb on the helicopter or on
with
the
the
whatever
nuke.
it was. And if he would have to be going the speed of light if he, and I was like,
He
I don't
will
think
actually
that's
lead the movie.
yeah.
Well, actually, no, he couldn't do that because it's fucking Batman. Who gives a shit?
You don't need
I
that
was like,
energy
oh,
in your
weird.
life.
He was like, I was doing all this math. I was like, weird. I was watching the movie.
I'm watching a Batman movie. I'm not doing math. What are you do? Chemistry next?
Heck in the chat is he's curious about the moisture level for the movie Beastmaster. Have you guys checked
I
out
don't know what
Beastmaster?
that is. But that sounds
No.
like something I would like.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with Beastmaster.
Sounds
Also.
wet.
It's a
It definitely sounds like a Caitlin claim. for
it's
that.
I believe if I remember correctly, it's very similar to like Conan, but
Oh.
in that sort of vein of like a barbarian type dude, but can talk to animals and and all that stuff.
Is it related? Is it in the cinematic universe with Hellmaster?
I don't think so.
Okay. Cool.
I'm looking at pics. It looks pretty wet. Yeah.
There we go.
So we find out that Nathan is the monster.
Yeah.
What?
And I would argue that this song is my favorite song.
I think I would agree.
Yeah, that like the progression from him like saying I'm so sorry Marnie in this slow sad song at progression while he walks downstairs and goes into his like basement and he transforms into the monster, and I love by the end of that song it's like so intense and I love it.
Yeah, we find out that he is the Repo Man. He is the Repo Man. This was a fucking great song. I loved this whole scene of him going down, putting on the non-red suit, slicking his hair back, getting that clear paper. Now, why did he take this person and not, like, why is this person in the basement as opposed to just killing him on the street?
Right. I've always had that question too, because we see him kill a woman just like in a parking garage or something right away. I don't know.
The drama of it all. Yeah. His level of sadism kind of counteracts the like message of his character that he's forced into this, but he seems to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So kind of, to me.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what kind of lost me.
Yeah. Like I didn't understand if he was forced into it in the beginning and then he's just taking out all of his like anger and self-hatred on these people. Cause that's kind of what it looks like. Like, why would, if he hated it, why would he be, I mean, I'm not why I would be singing, but like, why is he like kicking him around?
Why is anyone singing?
That's true. That's very true.
Ben, using him as a puppet and like singing with him.
Yeah. Ooh,
I
watch
said
that
it.
word,
Caitlin.
But
we don't say the
but like
words
that
around
was a
here.
bad thing to do in the movie, though. Like it was bad for him to be doing that to that guy.
Right,
So I
yeah.
think it's okay
It's
to
true.
use that.
It's
in
true.
that context.
Yeah. Yeah. But we don't say that word here, Caitlin. I'm sorry. I gotta take away your drop. It's gone forever. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There it is. Goop.
I am the Beastmaster.
We cut over to, I don't know if this is going to be showable. We cut up.
Dingus.
There you go. Thank you. I love that drop. It's my favorite. We cut over to the two Trump kids, and they are. I don't know exactly what is going on in this scene.
They're just fighting over who gets Gene Co, and they're just being terrible.
Yeah, they're just disgusting people.
This is a Mark It Up song?
Yes.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of gross. He's got all these scars. This guy's wearing a face.
Those things that they're wearing, what are those even? What, those red things?
They look like a weird 70s comic book headpiece.
Is that like a face shield, but it doesn't protect your face? Ooh.
You did.
I
did that for those face shields.
Yeah, and they're clear because it's in the future, so it has to be clear. I don't like them, and yet I kind of want one. You know?
Yeah, and when I heard the Mark It Up song start, I was like, oh, it's about to get real fucking weird. Because like it's already been weird, but then like this song is strange when they're like it like stops a few times and they argue. Like I think melodically this isn't an easy song to listen to.
Yeah, definitely. So now we get the backstory of Rati, and we find out that Rati was originally with Marnie, who was Nathan / the Repo Man's wife before she died.
Right.
It's a lot of information. So now we get his backstory, and basically they were together, and then she met Nathan, and she left him. And then, is this where we find out that he poisoned her? Right?
If it's not,
I think so.
We'll splooge it in here at this moment. So Roddy has basically been wanting to take revenge because how dare she's not with me. Oh, it is. Yeah, it's right here. So she does get sick with a blood disease, and he does actually find the cure, right? And then someone goes in and poisons the cure with poison. And then Nathan gives the cure to the wife. She dies. Roddy comes in and is like, yo, you killed your wife. What the fuck, dude? And just basically he's been holding it over his head for decades or a decade.
Right. And used it as leverage to get him to work as the Repo Man.
Right. Pretty fucked up. Fucked up. And his plan is not yet complete. He's still got more going on. We see more of that. Let's see. What happens next? Oh, yeah.
You are introduced at some point to Blind Mag.
Yeah. Ooh. Is that here? I don't think it is.
Blind Mag is doing her own goth opera inside the goth opera that we're watching.
Yeah, there is a goth opera inside of a goth opera. We get a little Inception here. Is Inception wet?
Ooh,
about this. It's like
we may have
midway,
like the concept of like going through like layers of dreams.
Sploochy.
Yeah, like the idea of going through dream levels, I think, is really wet, and the unconscious and the subconscious is really wet.
It should be wetter.
Yeah.
True.
If a movie that takes place in your dreams should be as wet as possible, and Nolan did not go for it. So.
It should be like that movie, The Cell. Jennifer Lopez. Do you ever see that movie?
I like that movie.
Where she goes into the mind of a serial killer. That was you guys should watch that movie. That's perfect.
There's a dissected horse in that movie, and it freaked me out.
Yeah,
I didn't like that part.
No,
but it's wet.
It is. It's a wet ass movie. Wet ass movie. So Shiloh gets a little call on her Apple Watch, I think.
From Spy Kids Watch. Sorry. And it's from Roddy, and I don't remember what he says to lure this fucking underage girl to meet him in a.
He says, "Meet me at your mother's grave," which is such a good sell.
Creepy as fuck. So she goes, of course, and they have the conversation here, and I thought for sure he was gonna say, "I'm actually your dad." Like that's where I thought this was going. Thank God, because that's fucking weird. I mean, like this is weird anyways. All of this is weird, but oh, and he says that we have a cure for your blood disease.
Yes,
blood disease, and I think this is where he talks about Blind Mag. I guess we did see her listening to Blind Mag or watching her perform at one point. Yeah. Caitlin, would you like to explain who the fuck Blind Mag is? Because I'm still not kind of sure.
Yeah, I mean, Blind Mag is sort of she's a lot to add to the story, I think, because there's a lot already going on. But she was Shiloh's mom's best friend.
Right. Okay, that's right.
Best friend with Marnie, and so I think when Mag sees Shiloh, she sort of sees her as like, oh, this would have been kind of like I would have been her like auntie.
Right.
So she was best friends with Marnie, and I think just like was offered the chance to. She was born blind, and so I think she was offered the chance to have to get new eyes that see, and they're also kind of like cyber eyes, like they're kind of robotic. And then but yeah, the trade-off is that she has to sing. She has a contract. Her eyes are kind of contracted to her, so she has to sing for them for as long as they kind of want, and if she tries to break the contract, they repossess her eyes.
Take those eyes.
And she is a real singer, right?
Yeah.
Yes, she is Sarah Brightman, who is a fantastic opera singer.
She originated the role of Christine in the Phantom of the Opera. A little Phantom fact.
Phantom facts. Oh shit. New segment. Yeah, we get another scene with this dude just loving his job. Just loving every second of it.
Gross.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
It's like his excuse, like, well, I don't want to be doing it, but, you know, if I have to.
Well, and I think that's the point, is that maybe he didn't want to at first, but he's, like, become the monster now.
Right. So this is Blind Mag.
I believe later on it's revealed that she's a godmother to Shiloh. Okay.
So she's not actually blind anymore, right? So she does have the new eyeballs. Does she have any special abilities with them? I can't remember if there was some, like, she can see something, like, was that
later on she throws like holograms out of them,
right? Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, she can, like, project things from them.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at the opera. Yeah, so this is all of Blind Mag's story, basically all what you just said.
Blockhead is comparing Blind Mag's predicament to, it's like broadcasting on Twitch. Pro, it's hella fun. Con, Amazon now owns you.
True.
Yes,
and you
so
get your eyes cut out.
I'm sort of, I am very excited to talk about that part, but I'll wait till we get there.
Oh, that was a surprise. I was not expecting that. Fucking cool. Here's a timely little line. Why aren't you wearing your mask?
Oh, no.
You know. Yeah, so Shiloh is at this opera, I guess, with the Trump kids and Rati, and she needs to take her medicine. That the little thing that was beeping was her Spy Kids watch saying, "You gotta take your medicine or you're gonna fucking die," which I guess is not real. Spoilers. And then the dad calls her. I do like this back and forth where he's killing someone or he's about to repo their organ and she's not. So they're both like making excuses why they, don't come home. It's fine. He's like, I can't come home. I'm busy. I do like that little back and forth. That was great.
Yeah.
And then I think, Grave Robber makes another appearance here. He's with this sexy goth vibes. And then we get Paris's story, right? Paris Hilton's.
Yeah, so this is my critical wet moment of the but we're doing that later, right?
Oh, go for it.
No.
I do want to say this is the blood market, the love market. So
yeah, the blood market, love market. This is my specifically when you get and I don't know what this is. If it's we're kind of getting what Paris Hilton is imagining because she's. But they sometimes cut from the regular song that's happening. They sometimes cut to these shots that are in black and white and are way more stylized, and it's raining, just pouring on Paris Hilton while she's singing this song about Zydrate, and that's my critical wet moment of the movie.
And Caitlin, you told me that only Paris Hilton could have played this role.
I believe that.
So actually, there is a little tidbit about that where someone suggested her to the director, and he was like, "No fucking way, Paris Hilton! Are you kidding me?" This was when Paris was like, there you go, and they were like, "No, there's no fucking way I want Paris Hilton in my movie." And then they let her come in, and she came in dressed as the character because these are all her own clothes. That was another fact. All the clothes she wears are just her clothes, which is hilarious. And she came in and sung the song and fucking killed it. And he was like, all right, well, it has to be her. And that's how she got it. Also, another fun fact, they needed an extra like 50 grand to do something, and it wasn't in the budget, so she did a special appearance at a nightclub and donated that money to get the thing made. Isn't that awesome?
That. Supporting the arts. Thank you, Paris Hilton. I salute you.
I love you, Paris.
Salute.
She's the best.
Yes. Our salute to Paris.
Salute our troops.
Here she is. She's walking down. She's gonna come get some drugs. Can you explain? So people, what's the drug called? Zygate?
Well, Zydrate comes in a little glass vial.
A little glass vial?
Thank you.
Little glass vial.
Thank you. And these people are all addicted to it. It's like fucking meth, right? It's kind of the equivalent, I guess.
Yeah, but like everybody has to use it because it's used as a like numbing or like
an
anesthetic.
opioid. Yeah.
Yeah, for people who need organs replaced. So it really is used in like a medical setting, but it is also used in a non-medical setting for people who get kind of like back alley cosmetic surgeries.
So this is the like dreamy part that you were talking about, I think.
Yeah.
Where she's just
this is very
frolicking in the
very
rain.
Yeah.
And no Twitch. There was no nudity there. I checked. Many
Are you
times.
sure?
Yeah. And then where do we go from here? I forget.
They kind of just like they kind of just barrel towards the opera at the end. From here.
Oh yeah, they bring in the Repo Man and say you need to kill Blind Mag.
Oh,
this is my favorite song. Yeah.
Blind Mag's eyes. Yeah.
Then you need to repossess her eyes. Not kill her. You need to repossess her eyes. And he's like, well, it was Marnie's best friend. You can't fucking kill her.
That's a good impression of him.
Thank you. I'm not gonna fucking take her eyes. Oh, there's that guy. See, I can sing too. They force him to put on his little superhero costume, and there's a dead body. It's fucked up.
Oh yeah, this room is just like almost in every movie we watch. There's like a room with like hanging carcasses,
Plastic.
Yeah, and in this they happen to be humans. Usually it's like a cow carcass or something. But I really appreciated that in this one. I think it really added to those were great set pieces. The hanging like frozen bodies.
So this is another part where like they're forcing him to do something that he clearly doesn't want to do. This is not Blind Mag. This is just a random dude. They're just trying to pump him up at this point, right? Like,
yeah.
And then he gets this fucking look on his face. He's like, you know what? Like, I'm fucking angry, and I'm gonna take it out on this dude. And I love being the Repo Man. Look at that. Look at this guy. He loves it.
What's his problem?
He's got a blood disease. He's got rage disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this song is good too.
Look at that.
Yeah.
He's going nuts.
Just they want him to remember that he really is this monster.
Right.
And it's because he does. And it's like, no.
He is the
But,
monster.
Yeah.
He is the villain. Yeah. Blind Mag goes to Shiloh's house and tries to get her to open the door. And Shiloh's like, I don't talk to strangers. But you look like Amy Lee from Evanescence, so I'm going to let you in.
I do go meet random CEOs of companies in the graveyard, but I don't let strangers in.
Exactly.
Can't open the door.
Yeah, here's her weird eyes. Pretty cool. I wish I had those eyes. And then, she kind of tells her the story about that I knew your mom, and we were besties, and then Nathan comes home, I believe, right?
Oh, and also, Mag says, you have your mother's eyes, your hair. I was told you died with her. So Mag didn't know the existence of Shiloh until now.
Yeah.
And then we get, I feel like this is I think this might be my favorite song. So Nathan is like, yo, go back upstairs, daughter. And this is her like, fuck you, dad. This is great.
Fun.
This is so good. And then it's this so colorful, and there's some P words.
And Joan Jett is in here.
Joan Jett,
yeah.
I'm gonna play this for just a second because it's so good.
Yeah, it's really good.
There you go.
Hey,
So
hey,
good.
hey,
Yeah, that's
hey.
my second.
I love it. So good. Where are we now? Oh, Paris Hilton goes back to meet her dad. She just got a yet another surgery. She's addicted to surgery, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
This
now
one-
her face is all like
This one didn't turn out so well.
it's like burnt. It looks like burned.
Yeah. Looks like she tried to kiss Satan.
Whoa.
And he literally starts to like vomit because she's so hideous.
Which I see it and I'm like, it's honestly, first of all, not that bad.
Yeah,
It's not
Right.
kind of looks cool. Like,
I
she
mean,
looks
did
like-
you see your other son who
Yeah.
wears a face on his face?
Not to jump ahead, but how she looks later, I also think doesn't look that bad. She's
Yeah,
beautiful. We'll get there. We'll
Very
get
true.
there.
Yeah, he says, I'll get your face fixed up before like tonight, I think.
Yeah.
Tonight, the opera is that night, so she's going to get a new face. Good for her.
Way to go.
And she gets one.
Oh, she does. Doesn't keep it for that long, though.
No.
All right, from here, where do we go from here? We go back to the opera. Oh,
Shit.
fuck.
Yes. Hi, Keith.
Ben.
Yeah, you pooped your pants again?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I peed a little bit.
Oh,
I'm very bad.
Keith scares Gabe a little. Hi, Keith.
Hi.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
I
Happy
am-
New Year. Happy New Year.
What's that supposed to mean?
Disgusting. Do you not do
Who's that? Who's that?
Do we know where Keith is from?
Who is this?
Keith's
Hi, Keith.
That's Caitlin and Sophie from the podcast Is It Wet?
You
They're
have,
our guests today.
you have guests?
Yeah.
Oh,
How's that? How are you doing? Are you sad? You're not coming in.
Sophie, Keith really wants to be a guest on the show, and Ben
How
won't
did-
let him.
how does she know me?
Well, they watch you on our show.
Wait, you're live?
Yes, we're live.
Oh, hey
Yeah,
everyone.
you didn't know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't know that. Now I do. Hi everyone. Ben, it's raining out here.
Yeah. Athena says,
Pretty wet.
are,
Yeah.
are you getting wet out there?
Oh, I'm wet.
Oh,
Fucking
God.
soaked. Oh, sorry for my naughty
We'll be the
language.
judge of that. Yeah.
Sorry for my
Yeah,
naughty
yeah.
language.
But you're kind of a fluffy guy, so you're probably soaking up a lot of that,
Yeah.
moisture.
Yeah, I'm gaining a lot of weight right now, and
Getting heavy
I smell like a wet ghost.
with that wet ghost smell.
Yeah,
Well, Keith, how's the new show coming?
it's great. Last week I think I said that I was working on a set.
Mm-hmm.
I got a new desk.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got a plant.
Oh, that's nice.
I got a file cabinet for all of my doctor reports.
Medical
Wait, a file
records?
cabinet for your awards?
My doctor reports.
A report.
A report.
Doctor reports. Like, that's a thing. I don't know what that is.
Doctors have reports they have to make.
Okay. But
And
you're
I
not
have to
really
file
a
them.
doctor.
I mean, the internet says otherwise.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
He does have MD after his name in the show.
yeah,
Mhm.
I guess so.
Yeah, you know how you can like go online and figure out how to marry your sister?
I don't
Oh, like-
know
like
about that.
facilitate
No.
a
I don't.
marriage. Okay.
What?
Yeah, you can marry like your family.
Oh.
Wait, you researched this on the internet?
Lots of videos on it. Lots. Very popular.
Yeah, you get a certificate for it.
Yeah, I don't have it yet, but I did buy a frame, and I'm going to put it up on the wall so everyone knows that I'm a real medical professional. And
I
they
don't think MD stands for medical doctor for you.
What does this
You know
stand
what
for?
Major dingus. That's what you are. Keith Major Dingus. All right, Keith. All right.
Come in.
No, you can't come in. We have guests.
You
got your own show. Congratulations.
But Ben, you didn't tell me you were gonna have guests.
Why do I have to confirm with you if we have guests or not?
Because I'm a co-host.
No, you're not.
Benny,
No.
boy.
No. Keith, have a great night. I'll talk to you later.
What is the name of your podcast? Guests?
Is it wet?
Is it wet? Do you need like a co-host? Something?
Say no, guys. No.
We kind of are the co-hosts,
You
but
need like a third? I have
Like a little. I mean, we could go for like a little guy, right?
we honestly we could use a little kind of little goopy guy.
I can be wet.
Goop it up.
Guests.
I don't know what that was.
You know, I have some responsibilities that I'm doing for another show for like this really shitty channel, but I'll cancel it if you want me to be on yours.
Yeah.
No, guys, you don't know what you're getting into.
Okay.
Don't
have your people call my people.
All right. Have a great night, Keith.
Okay. Can I come in?
No. Go away.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
Bye.
Happy New Year,
You know,
Keith.
what I really appreciate about Keith, and I really do appreciate it, is that Sophie, Keith sort of operates on vampire rules in that he needs to be invited in order. So really, Keith is all about consent, and it's great.
It's great.
Can't fault
Yeah.
can't fault him for that. You know, here's no every time goes away.
Yeah, thank God there's no way to pay to like bring him in for a few seconds or anything with like channel points. Thank God that's not a thing.
I hope that's not a thing.
All right, so we get back to Roddy. We get back to his story here, and he's going to the opera. He's getting all suited up because he's a fucking guy, suit guy.
Yep.
He's a suit guy.
He's a suit man. And he signs over the company to Shiloh, correct? But he doesn't actually sign it, or does he? I was a little unclear.
I don't
think he signs it because there's an ultimatum.
Right. Okay.
Because she doesn't get it unless she,
kills Papa.
murders her dad. Yeah.
Kills Papa.
Yeah.
So Shiloh, I think, is pretending to be asleep here, I believe, and then Repo Man is like
Kristen Stewart in Twilight.
Yep. Oh yeah, he checks her spy kid's watch.
Oh, and sees the message.
From that man, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go kill this guy now." Yeah, tonight it's all gonna be revealed. He says, "See, right here, he says it."
Whoa.
Yeah.
But he sings it.
Yeah, he sings it. You're right. He goes down and gets suited up. We get the cool superhero, like, fucking, look at that.
Montage.
Yeah. Clip it. Get the clippies. She's getting her costume. She goes in the limo with Roddy, and he's like, here's this dress I want you to wear, which is kind of creepy. But it was,
creepy.
Was it her mom's dress or?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So everyone's getting ready for the big show.
Yeah, he's like, ooh, I used to be really into your mom. Put on this dress she used to wear.
Weird.
Ooh.
Very, very creepy.
Terminal Snape disease.
So now we're at the opera, inside the opera, more of the visors. I feel like there's some nudity here. I'm not going to show it.
There is. Yeah, there's this lady that's like,
yeah,
I was able to finance new boobies.
Right.
And she shows you them.
I loved her.
Here's the stage.
It's fantastic.
Here's the stage.
Everyone committed. Everyone committed.
Everyone overly committed in a great way. We got Black Swan over here. We got Blind Mag. She's doing her thing. I do like. I like her eyes. I like how they're so fucking gross and weird, and her eyelashes are like 25 feet long. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that costume was just like
Great.
it's the best costume in any movie.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Probably one of Paris Hilton's actual costumes. I would assume.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's singing, and Caitlin, is this the song that you were talking about? So
Yes.
Take it away. What's going on in
this
this scene?
Are you
This
gonna
song,
sing it?
Yeah, you should sing it.
Go for it.
I often sing along with
Please.
it. But this is called Chromagia,
Mhm.
and it's in Latin. But when it's translated, it tells the story of a bird who believes that it has that it is being chased by an arrow. An archer shoots an arrow at it, and it believes that it will be pierced by this arrow, and that hang on, did I freeze or am I good?
Nope, you're good.
Okay. And so she's so the bird is flying away from the arrow, and everyone encourages the bird to keep flying away from the arrow, otherwise she will get pierced by the arrow and die. And she realizes at some point that the arrow is attached to her via a string or a rope or something. And so as she's flying, she's pulling the arrow with it. And so she realizes that that she's actually like harming everyone by continuing to fly. She needs to just take the arrow because it's and it's a metaphor for her. The song is a metaphor for like her story,
Right.
But it's really beautiful.
It is. And what she does with that arrow. So I'm gonna. Oh, there we go. I'm gonna just show this because it's fucking awesome. So she's singing her song.
She says, "Come take."
I would rather be blind.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, metal. That's awesome.
So fucking cool.
And I had noticed those things that she was wearing on her fingers, but like I think you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it gets worse. Yeah, she gets impaled on them. But I noticed those like things she was wearing on her fingers, and I was like, "Ooh, those are so cool. I wonder why she has those." And then you see why.
Oh, we see why real quick. And then she's just hanging out on that fence for the rest of the movie. Just hanging out.
I like how as soon as she rips out her eyes or stabs her eyes, Roddy on the side of the stage is like, ah, fuck.
Yeah, whips out the sword. Yeah, Don. Yeah, I'll say
Kill of the week.
Kill of the week.
Yes.
Definitely kill of the week. So fucking cool. So now Roddy comes out and he starts telling the story of Shiloh, and basically that her father is like been keeping her locked away and all of this, and all of it's true. And I guess we find out here, I don't know if it's here or in a few minutes, but we find out that Shiloh doesn't actually have a blood disease. Thank God she doesn't have the one blood disease. And he's just been saying that because he doesn't want to lose her. He wants to keep her locked away and keep her safe from everything, the world, I guess. Pretty fucked up.
Which is called Munchausen by proxy, I believe.
100%.
It's disturbing, very disturbing.
Yeah, very.
And happens sometimes in real life.
Yeah.
Like Gypsy Rose. You ever
Yeah.
you know the story about Gypsy Rose?
This exact scenario happens every day in America.
Crazy.
That's not
Every day in
right.
America. Thousands.
There are repo men who harvest people's organs
Every day in America.
in your neighborhood.
Call now to donate. So the Paul Sorvino said, if you want the cure, you have to kill the Repo Man. And she doesn't know that the Repo Man is her dad yet. So she sets a little trap for him. And he comes in and she knocks him with a shovel, I believe. And then he takes off his helmet. And this is when they figure out, oh shit, what's been going on this whole time? She's like, Papa, it's you. You're the Repo Man. And then I think they all come down to the stage, and she is very angry with him and leaves. And I think she says something like, you're not my, or you're not a good dad, or you're not my dad. I have a new father figure. Is that she says something like that? Did she say that about, was she talking about Roddy?
I don't remember.
Or did I completely make that up?
Yeah, I think she does say that she's got like.
She's got someone else now, which is fucking weird. I got a new pop, which is disturbing. Yeah, so he's super pissed. He goes out on the stage. Everyone's still in the audience, just hanging out, still, just watching this murder.
This is the show.
Yeah.
This is great. I would love to watch this show. You know?
I don't know.
He gets stabbed by Chop Top in the back.
It's not Assassin's Creed blade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good call.
And I love that it's the set that they're on is like a wintry, snowy evening, so the blood looks like really good against it.
Oh, we totally forgot the most important scene in the movie. Paris Hilton singing the song. She's singing, and her face starts to fall off, and then it falls off completely.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Every time
Doesn't look that bad.
It's gonna look worse, and it doesn't. Yeah.
It just looks like she's like doing a thing.
She twists around and loses that face, and they all start booing immediately. Boo! You lost your face.
And then I think they say this later that the brother that wears faces like wears that face.
Yeah. That was the little not after credits, but when they like wrap up everything. So funny.
There's a real Lannister energy.
Exactly.
The family
Drummer says she should remove her face IRL.
Ouch.
No.
Oh.
Listen,
Paris
She's great.
Yeah,
Drummer, how dare you? How dare you? Drummer.
I wouldn't say she's great.
She's amazing. She's incredible.
She's okay.
She's an incredible friend.
So Rati gives, what is this? What happens here? Rati tells Shiloh about her father and the poison, he was poisoning her and all that shit.
Right.
She doesn't, her medicine, her little wrist watch is going off, and he's like, just fight through it. You don't actually need it. And she like passes out, and then she wakes back up, and she realizes, oh shit, I don't actually need it. I don't need it.
Yeah.
And then I think he gives her a gun. Oh, no. Yeah, this is when he says, I'm going to leave you the company if you do this. And the Trump boys are like, what the fuck? How could you do this? As they would. And then, yeah, she has the gun and she points it at Roddy instead. And then she drops it and she's like, I can't kill him. He says, I drugged your blood, which is the best line ever made.
Your blood.
Where is it? It's right here. Forgive me. I drugged your blood. I love it. And then what happens? Oh, yeah, she drops the gun. Does she? Oh, no, he takes the gun and shoots Nathan.
Repo, yeah.
She shoots the Repo man. Paris comes back out. Very sad. And then we get, I would say, my third favorite song, which is them singing to each other.
I love
In a
that
sea of
song.
blood.
And look at his jacket. One of you do the wet drop. Look at this jacket.
You do it.
So fucking wet.
There's so much blood too.
Yeah.
Like so much. All over the stage.
It's perfect. Yeah, and this scene is just very sad. And it's like, I didn't know, what was the song? It's like, I didn't know how much I loved you, or I didn't know how much I could love you, or something.
It's the only melodically pleasing song in,
Right.
in the musical.
Yeah.
Agreed. Really sad.
Yeah.
Shed a tear.
Disgusting.
Or it's disgusting.
But a very relatable. There are weirdly relatable themes in this movie.
This happens every day.
Thousands of Repo men in America are dying
On
in
stage,
their daughter's arms.
covered in blood,
Because they're Repo men.
with a large jacket that's very wet,
Because of an ultimatum by a billionaire.
with a spy kid. So he dies, and she's like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
Yep.
She's covered in blood.
And the last song is, I said this during the watch party, is called Genetic Emancipation,
Yep.
which is like such
Incredible.
an extra name for a song, but it's like, it's so good.
So I'm a little confused. Does she get the company? Or is it just kind of open?
No. Because there's like at the post-credit scene, right?
Oh, right. Paris does.
Yeah.
Paris does. Goth opera. There it is.
Yeah, I don't think we know what Shiloh does next. And I think that's purposeful.
Yeah.
That her whole thing during this was like, I don't even know who I am because I've never been allowed to do anything, go anywhere. I just am like a 17-year-old girl who wants to like make mistakes so I can learn from the world and do shit. So I think it's like important that you don't know what's next for her.
She's just going to go find herself. Find who she actually is.
Just like anything, whatever the fuck she wants is what she's doing next.
Yeah, so we see that Amber, which is Paris Hilton, takes over the company. One of the Trump boys is now like kissing up to her. And then we see that Pavi, the other son, is now wearing her face. There it is. Cool art. Cool art. Oh yeah, they auctioned it off. He won the auction. And that's right. And that's the end of the movie.
That's the movie.
Repo, the genetic opera. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I'm not sure if this is a movie I ever am going to watch again. I don't.
That's what I thought too.
Maybe I'll watch it in a week and then start listening to the soundtrack. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love the vibe. I love. It weirdly reminds me of like the Schumacher Batman, so like Batman Forever, like dark and gritty, but like colorful and it's just a bizarre world. Athena says watch party every Saturday for this movie.
Repo watch
every week. Caitlin, Sophie, any last thoughts on this masterpiece?
Caitlin, do you have a verdict?
Oh God, I didn't even think of one. It's probably like, this is probably as wet as like, this movie is as wet as like chili beans and Charlie Sheen's, because it's like a pot of bean chili, and Charlie Sheen comes in and he's like drunk and sweaty and wet and you don't know where he's been or who he's been with.
You don't want to
and
know.
he just like sticks his fingers in the chili. So that's, which is to say, it's extremely wet.
Extremely wet. Yeah, I would say that this movie is as wet as My Chemical Romance during their Welcome to the Black Parade phase, playing bocce ball with human organs against a team of splicers at Deacon Frost, the villain from Blade's house party.
Yes.
It's extremely wet. It's extremely goth. It's extremely like 2000s ish.
Oh my God.
And it's very visceral, literally.
Agreed.
Amazing.
I don't have a cool description. I liked it though. I was fun.
That's okay. That's how we end our podcast, and then you have a different way that you rank. We rank to arbitrary criteria that we spew out of our mouth holes. You rank it according to other things.
True.
Right.
Still.
Chili beans and Charlie Sheen.
Thank you, Mia. Charlie Sheen. I think Athena said start a new and I think this is for all four of us. Start a new podcast where you watch Repo for every episode.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like we could do that for at least 10 weeks.
There is a podcast that did a similar thing.
Really?
It's these like guys from New Zealand that watched Grown Ups 2 every week for a year.
That's amazing. That is genius.
Hysterical. And they've never seen Grown Ups 1. I reckon it's like the worst podcast. It's like the worst idea. Something. I'll tell everyone in the Discord.
Yeah, put in the Discord. Okay, Ben.
Yes.
Oh.
So we rank movies here, and you can check out our ranking list at ControlAltDeath.com/rankings.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
All right. Let me start off.
This is for you guys. Okay, so
Yeah.
so don't let our bias of thinking this is, or mine at least, thinking this is the greatest movie ever.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let that come in. Please rank this, and I won't be offended.
Okay. I'm going to say 1003. Just kidding. Okay, so I like working from the bottom up.
Okay.
All right. So definitely way above these. So like
above Veronica.
Bad Taste, Burning, Slugs, Blood Beef. I love Blood Beat.
If you don't have it be better than Blood Beat, I'm gonna.
I mean, you just said.
I did just say that.
Blood Beat. Okay, hold on. So we got Body Melt. See, this Blood Beat's weird because I think Blood Beat should be way higher, and Ben thinks it should be lower. So we had to meet in the middle. So I'm gonna say it is above it, but in my heart, it's probably gonna be below it because Blood Beat should be like number 10 for me. So that's my thought process.
I don't know about that.
Maybe number 2. Uninvited better. Mosquito Man better. Terror Train. You know, I'm gonna say I enjoyed it more than Terror Train. Hatchet. I'm gonna say.
I don't think it's better than Fade to Black.
No, I'm gonna say 13. Above Hatchet 3.
I agree.
Is that Caitlin? Sophie?
I love that. Yeah,
13.
I'm very comfortable with that.
That sounds fair.
Yep, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Number 13.
Number 13. That's a very goth number.
It is. Oh my goodness, it is.
Okay, so next week's movie. Very, very excited about this. One of my favorite movies of all time. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I was giving you a San Francisco treat because it's almost your birthday.
We don't have that drop on this show, Ben.
I know.
But you can give me one. Yeah. Oh, spoiler alert. So yeah, next week. Oh, thank you, Mia. Sophie, now you have a sub.
Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, we gave you a sub.
Yeah, so next week is my birthday, and I've been saving this movie to watch for my week. And it is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Now, this is a comedy horror.
This is a horror comedy, and it's like a mockumentary about a camera crew who follows a slasher, a Jason type slasher. But the slasher is just a normal guy who goes out and does this. And he just takes this documentary crew on how he does it and why he does this and all this stuff. It's fucking hilarious. It's great. There's a lot of twists and left turns, and I'm very excited. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I hope it still holds up. But one of my favorite movies.
Like maybe a month ago, I started watching this, and you go, Ben, don't stop.
Very upset with you. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were going to watch it for the show.
It was like the first one I talked about when we started the podcast.
Yeah, but I forgot.
Ben?
So, yeah, I guess so.
So, yeah, we're going to do a watch party for this on the weekend. The weekend. Right, Ben?
The weekend.
I don't know which
weekend.
day. Saturday or Sunday. We'll pick a day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put out your guys' podcast one more time.
Yes.
There's the Apple link. There's the Spotify, and then
the Patreon is live, right?
Patreon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go fucking subscribe. Support the homies, as Beefy would say.
That was a great episode. Thank you so much, guys. Sophie, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Absolute pleasure.
Before we go, I'm gonna try and find someone to raid.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Before we go, I just want to salute Stacey Abrams.
Riddle Stillskin.
and Riddle Stillskin. Both amazing.
Oh,
Thank you.
and we should let people know we haven't picked a date yet, but you'll come on Is It Wet, right?
Yes. Yeah, so the crossover is only half. That's only half the crossover.
We're halfway there.
We're going to be on your show, to be determined. And we're going to pick a non-horror movie, but we're going to pick something wet and mushy. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You know what? Let's go raid Cody because we love him. He just started streaming again. We raid him a lot.
Oh yeah, Sophie, wait till you see his drawings. They're
God, he's so
real
good.
goofy and rippy. Yeah.
He is amazing. Cody Shaby. Go say hi to Cody.
Yes, because we love him.
We love that. We love that man.
Can I say my line?
Yes.
I love you. I care about you. Don't be a dingus.
Bye.
Bye.